sexual misconduct still pending against him, and a long suspension from the league office a real possibility. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson reports to training camp today. NFL disciplinary officer Sue Robinson, a retired federal judge, is still considering if Watson will be suspended under the personal conduct policy. Alabama is overwhelmingly picked by SEC media to win the league title. Georgia is the defending national champ. And ESPN's Robert Griffin III says their biggest competition comes from much farther away.
I think it'll be USC. USC and Lincoln Riley and the transfer portal Trojans, they've done an unbelievable job of reworking their roster, and I think it's going to be a very interesting case study to see how they do this year, because if they play well and win a national title, every coach in the country is going to change their approach to the portal.
RG3 on First Take. According to court records obtained by ESPN, Rays shortstop Wander Franco had more than $650,000 of jewelry stolen in June.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Like I tell you about James Winston, you throw a goldfish into the ocean and he grows really, really big, because sometimes environment matters. He was in a toxic environment in Tampa.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios. Let's ride.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musa. And Mr. Toby Tom Plate. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Theriot, 1 hour from right now, we will delve into a recap of how LSU fared in the Major League Draft. And, of course, all of our talking points from SEC Football Media Days, which wrapped up on Thursday in Atlanta. It was a fun week there. It's always an awful lot of work for us. Don't get me wrong. We're not building the railroad or anything, but it is a 4-day sprint, and it's a great way to sort of start the unofficial start of the college football season. So we enjoyed being there, and thanks to everyone who helped make that happen, from our sponsors to Moose and Paulie, Rivers on Site, and all of you for listening or watching or consuming the coverage. It's one of the reasons we get to go do that every year, so we appreciate all of you. The way that SEC Football Media Days wraps up is with the annual release of the preseason all-conference teams and the media's projected order of finish. So just as a heads-up how it works, every credentialed media member at Media Days gets a ballot. And you're asked to select your order of finish in the West, your order of finish in the East, your overall champion, and then a first, second, and third team all-conference. And then at the end of Media Days, it's all released. Full disclosure, I did not submit a ballot. It wasn't a protest or anything. Some years I have, and some years I haven't. Quite honestly, I just forgot. We were trying to fly home yesterday, and yesterday was a whole travel fiasco all of itself, and I just forgot to submit my ballot. So if you go look at it, I'm just full disclosure, not that it would have made a giant difference on anything. I did not submit a ballot. I will tell you, though, what my order of finish would have been had I done it. Let's run through how the vote came out, though. No surprise at all. In the West, Alabama, far and away the winner to win the SEC West, followed by Texas A&M, Arkansas, Ole Miss, LSU picked 5th, followed by Mississippi State, and Auburn picked 7th in the West. By the way it goes is it's like in reverse order. So you get 7 points for a first place vote, 6 for a second place vote, and so on. You understand. So that's how the voting is put together. So Alabama, a runaway winner in the West. Same with Georgia in the East. And that was sort of the consistent theme all week in Atlanta. Everybody knew, okay, we're going to pick Bama to win the West, and we're going to pick Georgia to win the East. Who's next? So A&M was the second-place team by a distant margin in the West. Kentucky, number 2, behind Georgia in the East. So this is how it voted for the East. Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, 3rd, Florida, 4th, followed by South Carolina, and then Missouri and Vanderbilt bringing up the rear. The overall SEC champion projected winner was Alabama, again by a wide margin. Bama picked to win the league. In fact, 158 of 181 votes. And to put this kind of into perspective for you, that means there were 181 media members that cast ballots. There's roughly 1,000 credentialed media members at SEC Media Days, so 2/5 of the people there bothered to cast a ballot. So not even a majority of the people who showed up actually voted. But 158 votes for Alabama to win the overall league title. Georgia got 18 votes to win the league. South Carolina, 3. Texas A&M got a vote, and Vanderbilt got a vote. In part, that's one of the reasons why I never take this very seriously, because every year you have some jackleg who picks Vanderbilt to win the league. I don't know who it is. That person has never revealed him or herself. The ballots are confidential, so whatever. But if someone's out there actually giving Vanderbilt a first-place vote, it's hard to take it seriously. My takeaway, by the way, I told you I would share, and I tweeted this, I would share how I would have voted had I voted, although I didn't. Again, full disclosure. This is what my ballot would have looked like. I tweeted it a bit ago. If you care to go look. If not, it's just my opinion, which take it for what it's worth. Yours can be different, and that's quite all right. We're all just guessing at this point based on the information we have. My West order of finish would have been Bama, A&M, Ole Miss, LSU 4th, followed by Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Auburn. And I thought long and hard about putting Ole Miss 2nd. And that was one of my big takeaways from SEC Media Days that I hadn't really paid a lot of attention to prior. But go look at Ole Miss's schedule. There is a really good chance that Ole Miss starts either 8-0 or 7-1. I don't know that I'm telling you that I think they're a national title contender or a contender to win the league or anything like that. I'm just telling you their schedule shapes up to be very beneficial, and that they're probably in a league where after Bama, I think the rest of the West cannibalizes itself. Ole Miss probably has the easiest path to end up on top of the rest of those schools in the West. As far as the East, like the media, I went Georgia and then Kentucky. I picked Florida 3rd ahead of Tennessee. Then South Carolina, who I think is fascinating because of the Spencer Rattler component, followed by Missouri and Vandy bringing up the rear. So you go look at my tweet if you want to go. It's at Matt Moscona on Twitter if you want to go see it. But that's how I would have projected it had I cast a ballot. The other thing that I think was a lot of this was validating. Right? We have opinions. It's talking season. Everybody talks, and we have the talking points, whatever. But I think the way this played out was somewhat validating for the conversation that we've had around here. LSU picked 5th in the West by the media underscores a lot of the questions that people have about this LSU football team. You don't have a set starter at quarterback. You're replacing 4 starters from a bad offensive line. You don't have any proven running back. You have maybe the best offensive player in the conference outside of Bryce Young with Kayshon Boutte, but who's going to be throwing him the football? I think your defensive line is really good, but who's going to replace Damone Clark's 135 tackles? You lost a lot in the secondary. Your 2 starting corners are now starting at other SEC schools, and Elias Ricks and Dwight McLaughlin. You added a lot of veteran transfers, but none of them have played together at LSU, so how do they all sort of gel? I mean, you just have a lot of questions. And when you're putting together these preseason polls, it's generally who has the least amount of questions against the most manageable schedule. And LSU has a really tough schedule and a ton of questions, which is why you weren't going to see them projected high or highly. And I think the all SEC teams sort of validates that as well. So as I mentioned, the media is asked to pick a first, second, and third team All-SEC. On offense, among all three, first, second, and third teams, LSU's got one player. You know who it is. It's Kayshon Boutte. He's picked first team All-SEC wide receiver. That is the only player on the preseason All-SEC team from LSU. Now, I'm not telling you that I think definitively that means LSU's offense isn't going to be any good. It just means they got a ton of questions on the offensive side of the ball, starting with who's your quarterback going to be and how's the offense going to function. So we'll figure that out in time. But the one thing you know is Kayshon Boutte is a stud, and it's a good place to start. Defensively, you had a first, second, and third teamer. B.J. Ojulari on the first team, Ollie Gay on the second team, and Mason Smith on the third team. So again, what we know, LSU's got a really good defensive line and three really good players that are going to be highly regarded pro prospects when their time comes. But you don't know anything about the second or third levels of LSU's defense, and that's why you're not going to see any players honored there as such. One more thought quickly, and we talked about it during the week, but that B.J. Ojulari being first team All-SEC is, I think, why it was important for them to bring him. If you were with us on Monday when we talked about B.J. Ojulari, so often the guys who come to media days are honored and rewarded just because of the awareness. And for B.J. Ojulari, he's a guy that's a really good player that's played on really bad defenses the last 2 years. He had double-digit tackles for loss and 7 sacks a year ago. Well, nobody paid attention because LSU stunk. And this was an opportunity for people to be familiar with B.J. Ojulari. That's why you bring him to media days. Not because he's the best in front of a microphone or a camera. He's the most outspoken. But it's so people can be aware of him. Because if he has a double-digit sack season, you need people to be aware who he is so he can be up for things like All-America honors and national awards, which he is deserving of. So I was glad to see that rewarded there for B.J. Ojulari, and he has a great opportunity to go prove it on the field. All right, it's after further review. Glad to have you aboard with us here. That's the preseason All-SEC stuff. So let me know your thoughts. You can always email us, tweet us. You could jump in the Bayou YouTube chat, or you can text us in the 225 at 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get involved. Okay, Theriot, next hour. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, Michael Thomas is going to start training camp on the PUP list. Not a great surprise, but what does it mean? We'll talk about it next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, or online at onehourbr.com. And go read the reviews. I tell you every day, you will find more 5-star reviews than any other company because River City's 1 Hour Air has been doing it for 40 years. I tell you all the time. Pay attention, and what's been background so much of your life will race to the foreground. I was on Government Street earlier today at a red light, and there went a big River City's 1 Hour Air truck turning off one of the side streets onto Government. So many of your friends and neighbors use River City's 1 Hour Air the same way I do because they trust them the same way I do because they've read great reviews and had friends and neighbors and family that they've used and trusted for 40 years now. It's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001. Nights, holidays, weekends, they'll always come out and never charge you extra. It's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off new Ford F-150s. We have new 2021 F-150s on our lot now with $10,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information,
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Good to be back in studio today. Theriot's here in 43 minutes from right now. You might have heard we had a travel day from hell yesterday, trying to get out of Atlanta back. We flew out of New Orleans, so Atlanta to New Orleans, about an hour and 5-minute flight. Our flight was on time. We took off as we were approaching New Orleans. Bad weather in the area. So we were just sort of circling the city for a while, and then they realized they didn't have enough jet fuel for us to keep circling the city. So we were then diverted to Houston. This was T-Bob, Hester, Rivers, and me. And so we were then diverted to Houston, where we landed, and sat on the tarmac for 2 hours because they had to get more jet fuel. And then federal regulations obviously only allow pilots to be in the air for so many hours in a 24-hour period, so those pilots had timed out. So then we had to wait for pilots to show up. While we were waiting, and there was no beverage service on the flight initially because of the turbulence and the weather. So while we were sitting on the tarmac, they decided they were going to have a beverage service, but they could only serve you water while you're grounded. So they were just bringing us all water. I was sitting across the aisle from T-Bob, who was completely and massively hungover, who clumsily stood up and knocked the flight attendant's tray right onto me. Like, if you were writing the script, you almost wouldn't believe it. 2 hours on the tarmac. We finally depart for New Orleans. We land in New Orleans. We get off the plane. There's a I'd say middle-aged, probably like early 50s couple and 2 young girls. I assume this is mom, dad, and daughters. And we get off the plane. They come up to talk to us as if they know us. And the dad apparently was tweeting me the whole time as I was tweeting this on the plane. So I went back and I didn't know. He didn't introduce himself to me. But they were nice enough people, but you could tell they had about a 4-hour wait because they were waiting on the plane that we were supposed to land in New Orleans. So they were waiting on our plane for 4 hours because, the hour we diverted, the 2 we were on the ground, then the hour back. So they come right up to us and talking to us. They take a picture with me and T-Bob, and then the 2 girls apparently were not their daughters. They were just 2 girls that they were drinking with there at the gate before they got on the plane. These 2 girls were going on a bachelorette party. Well, one of the girls asked T-Bob, T-Bob and I are standing next to each other, and we're taking pictures with these people, and says, so is he like your dad or like your agent or something? Talking about me. They
thought you were T-Bob's dad?
They asked if I was, to quote the girl, are you like his dad or like his agent or something? To quote the girl. So I guess there's one thing I learned certainly is that I'm not huge in the the early 20s QR code Venmo button on your sash crowd, which apparently T-Bob is huge in that crowd.
Oh,
unbelievable! I'm like, the only thing that would
agent would have been pretty cool. I mean,
never mind. The only thing that would have been a bigger kick in the nuts is if I was fully expecting you to get a flat or a ticket on the way home from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, which, again, this further underscores, if you live in Baton Rouge, spend the extra $50 or whatever it is and fly out of Baton Rouge. It's not worth it driving to New Orleans for all of the hassles therein. But I didn't book the flight. Work booked the flight. Grateful to go. But yesterday was a travel day from hell. Coupled with me having tons of fun, spill water all over me, and then have a 20-year-old ask me if I'm T-Bob's dad or age. Do I look like the Cajun Cannon? You kidding me?
That's what I was going to say. She's clearly never seen T-Bob's father.
She's never seen T-Bob. She know who he
That's
was.
true, too.
She just saw us taking pictures with these old people. Like, oh, he must be famous. Like, come on. Like,
did they take pictures with y'all, too?
The young girls?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that'd have been funny.
I think one did with T-Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And at that point, I'm like, just get me the hell out of here. Like, get me my.
I will leave you
to my
here.
car. From Atlanta to New Orleans, which should have been an hour and 5 minutes. It was a 7-hour travel. I could have just driven. Anyway, fly Baton Rouge, by the way. All right, it's after further review. Speaking of New Orleans. So the Saints have announced, you probably heard this, that Michael Thomas and Marcus Davenport will start training camp on the PUP list. For those who don't know, PUP is PUP, physically unable to perform. If you start training camp on the PUP list, you can come off the PUP list at any time before the start of the season. If you start the season on the PUP list, then there's a definitive amount of time that you have to remain on PUP before you're able to return and play in games. So I understand that if you're a Saints fan and you see this is probably a little disheartening because this has been going on for 2 years now. Since Michael Thomas, his original injury in week 1 of the 2020 season, having gone through that season, rehab, getting back on the field, having the surgery, you all know the story by now. We all know the story by now. You would assume that Michael Thomas would be ready to go. You would hope that Michael Thomas would be ready to go full speed right now for the start of camp. I'm going to tell you this. Trust your eyes and not what the narrative is going to be about Michael Thomas being on the PUP list. All throughout this summer, we have seen Michael Thomas on his social media posting videos of him running and working out. Y'all, just go. You could look at his Instagram, his stories. You could see he's running on these beautiful palatial cliffs. He's stopping and cutting and running out and running. There was the one video of him in the Saints facility, straight line speed, completely opening it up. Michael Thomas looks like he's ready to play a game. I mean, there is nothing at all that we're watching. He's doing cone drills, stopping, cutting, darting up. Like, Michael Thomas looks like he's ready to play a game. He looks like he is not in any way inhibited by anything. The most recent video that I saw was on July 15th, so about a week ago. Y'all, there's just no reason to be concerned about this. The Saints open up camp on July 27th. That's 5 days from today. They open up camp on July the 27th. The season opens on Sunday, September the 11th, week 1 in Atlanta against the Falcons. That's 46 days. If you have a guy who you are paying $100 million, you're paying Mike Thomas $100 million. You haven't had his services at all last year and for parts of the large part of 2 seasons. And you're this close to the start of the season. Why on earth would you even run the risk, chance it with Mike Thomas, of him getting injured in camp or having any type of a setback? It's just not worth it. Give him another 46 days. Well, 45 days, because he'd have to be active before the opener. Give him 45 more days. Or just give him through the first couple of weeks of camp. Y'all, do you remember? Of course you do, but remember when Brett Favre would retire and then unretire every single year for 3 straight years? I actually went back and date checked this today to make sure I had the fact exactly right. In 2009, after Favre retired, then he came back in Minnesota. You all remember he's in the plane, and he's on the tarmac in Minnesota and all that sort of stuff. You remember it. Brett Favre unretired on August the 18th of 2009. That was week 2 of the preseason. That was right before the second preseason game. That's when they played 4. Basically, he said, hey, all the training camp stuff, ain't doing it. I'll come back 2 weeks before the start of the regular season, throw with you guys, get time, and then we'll go play. They went to the NFC Championship game that year. I don't care if Michael Thomas is there day 1 of camp. I don't care if he's there week 1 of camp. I don't care if he's there for a month of camp. I don't care one iota. The only thing that I want to see, like my only bar metric expectation, is week 1, September the 11th, when the Saints are playing the Falcons in Atlanta, that Michael Thomas in his glorious number 13 jersey is wrecking folk. That's all I care. That's all I want to see. And this does not preclude that in any way, because whatever you might think of the headline, Thomas on PUP, or whatever the national media and the narrative is going to be about how is he still not ready, we've got videos. Like, you have visual evidence and proof of Michael Thomas healthy, running routes on the side of cliffs in California, catching passes, darting and cutting between cones. Why are we still questioning this? If I see on social media a picture of Michael Thomas in a walking boot today, then I'm curious. Then I'm concerned. Then I'm really worried. But if I keep watching videos of him stopping and starting and cutting between cones and running full speed and running and stopping and cutting out, it's a beautiful pool, by the way. Go check out the IG video if you haven't seen it. Point is, y'all, I don't care that Michael Thomas is on PUP List. What's Mike Detilier's old line? Practice is for the unskilled. I trust the videos you've seen. There's just no reason for the Saints to risk it. Now, the other player on PUP is Marcus Davenport. The one thing that I'm curious about with Davenport is this. There is not a designation on PUP. We know that Davenport had part of a finger amputated, but he also had off-season shoulder surgery. So is Davenport on PUP because of the finger or because of the shoulder? If he's on PUP because of the finger, I'm not really concerned. Dude can go play. I mean, with respect, Jason Pierre-Paul blew off half his hand and was still a good NFL player after the fireworks incident. Marcus Davenport, although it sucks to lose half of your finger, it can still be a very good NFL player, even missing half of a finger. I'm not so concerned about that. If he's struggling to come back from shoulder surgery, that's a bit more of an issue because he has been injury prone throughout his career. He's been eligible for 65 career games. He's played in 48 of the 65 possible career games since his rookie year, and he's entering his career year. This is the final year of his rookie contract. My guess is the Saints are doing with Marcus Davenport exactly what they're doing with Michael Thomas, which is just being cautious because you've got 2 guys that have battled injury, 2 guys that are going to be so critical to your success, 2 guys that are veteran that don't need camp. They don't need to go run around in camp. You just need them ready week 1 when you're playing for real. So if you can minimize any risk associated with those players, I'm for it. I'm cool with it. So, yes, you'd love to see him out there. You'd love for it not to be a storyline or an issue. It is. But I think they're doing the right thing. Be cautious with these dudes. Just make sure they're ready to go week 1. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Remember, our friends over at Michelli, they are hiring. They got offices all over the country, 29 offices in 11 different states. If you want a career change, give our friends at Michelli a try. Go to Michelli.com, hit the Careers tab right there at the top, and you'll see all of the different job openings that are there right now. Just hit the Apply Now tab, and you'll see it there at Michelli.com. 75 years in business, celebrating 75 years in business this year. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement. ISO 17025 accreditation is available. Check out all of the different services that they offer, all of the different industries that they serve. Our nation's largest distributor of scale, and they service all scales and measurement equipment makes and models. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. All right, I hope you're having a great week. We got a break coming up. We'll come back, go around the SEC. While we were out yesterday, let me rephrase that. We were traveling yesterday, so what we did at Media Days was we got as much stuff recorded in the morning as possible because we had to fly back. As I've told you in years past, we never do AFR the final day of media days because media days ends around lunch, and we wouldn't start till 3, or East Coast would be 4. So it's like over. I mean, they've broken down the thing and it's done. And the first year we did that, we were there at Radio Row at the Winfrey and I guess now the Hyatt Regency in Hoover. And I'm just starting my show when the event's been over for about 3 hours, and you got dudes like vacuuming the floor and breaking down tables, just staring at me like, say, dog, how much longer are you going to be here? Like, what are you still doing here? So that's why we always record as much as we can the final day and send it back. So one thing I didn't get to talk about yesterday on the show were Jimbo's comments. Is he wrapped up SEC Media Days. So I do have a thought there, and we will also go around the SEC when we return. Glad to have you aboard with us here. Theriot, less than 30 minutes from right now. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, look, everybody knows that we're trying to make the dollar stretch a little further right now. Inflation is a problem. Everything costs a little bit more. Every time you pull up to the gas pump or go to the grocery store, you feel it. If you could save money every month on your insurance, you would appreciate that, wouldn't you? Well, Insurance Network of Louisiana might be able to help. There's no catch, and it's totally free. Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. They will shop independently for free to see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They have helped hundreds of AFR listeners over the years save thousands of dollars annually on their coverage, and you could be next. But you won't know until you call 293-0450, 293-0450. Remember, they're not just in Baton Rouge or Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. They're licensed all over. Call right now, 293-0450.
For over 53 years, customers have been heading to Happy Town for the Corval Toyota experience. Why? Because they choose to get an outstanding price and amazing customer service. Want the same and get treated like family? Then Corval Toyota in Opelousas is the dealership for you. Corval vehicles have been cruising around Acadiana for 5 decades. Corval Toyota is here to stay, and we want to keep you rolling. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Saban office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Saban have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochulari primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochulari care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochulari Baton Rouge, innovating
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we'll go around the SEC in just a quick second. Jimbo was at the podium at SEC Media Days on Thursday, and he did address the Nick Saban spat from earlier this offseason.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I have tremendous respect for Nick. There's no I have no problem with Nick. You got two competitive guys, and unfortunately, like you say, you get out in public and different things. We stood up, and it's over with. I have no problem with that. But we get two competitive guys who have disagreement or opinions or whatever, and we both voiced them publicly for the first time. Both of us have ever done that. And, we both can grow from that. And hopefully we will. But there's competitiveness, and I have great respect for Nick and his program and everything he's ever done.
Left side.
Actually, we've been very, very good friends for a long time. Is that who you fight with the most? Your brothers, the people you're closest to?
He went on to say, unfortunately, our thing went public. Sometimes it happens in this world. Nothing is private anymore, is it? Jimbo, the reason it went public is because, you called a press conference. It didn't have to be.
Bro Bible sliced bread.
Could have been addressed internally, but you're the one who called the press conference and subsequently then gave an interview to a TV station where you chastised some poor reporter about his question. But I'm so grateful you did, because you gave us those drops, which will live on forever here on this show. We all have a much greater appreciation now for Bro Bible Sliced Bread.
Bro Bible sliced bread.
And any time that I would like to interject and stop someone from speaking, I will just do this. But the reason it went public is because, you called a press conference. But Greg Sankey, when he was with us, on AFR, I asked him that point blank about things, staying in-house and not going public. And it's very clear. And remember, Jimbo called Nick despicable. He called for the NCAA or anybody to investigate Nick's program, said it makes him sick. You remember how harsh the language was. So to come back now and just say, we're fine, it's all good, fight with people you know and love best. That's very clearly Greg Sankey's influence, getting there and saying, hey, we ain't never doing this again. You got me. And Jimbo listened. So it definitely speaks to the influence that Greg Sankey has that he did not. Because if you remember, the way that I phrased the question with Greg was about 2016. 2016, the LSU Florida spat with Hurricane Matthew, if you all remember that. And that was very public. That was right after Greg Sankey. He had just become commissioner. And that was very much like the kids in the classroom testing the substitute teacher. That's what it felt like. And what a world of difference the last 6 years have made, because Greg Sankey has become arguably the most influential administrator or commissioner in college football. And he was able to get both Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher, national championship winning coaches who make nine-figure contracts. He was able to get them to fall in line, which shows how much Sankey has grown and progressed through his time as commissioner. By the way, Jimbo did can you play two, please? Jimbo did also talk about the three permanent. Should we go to a 3-6 model in the SEC?
Of course, you want Texas. When Texas comes into the league, when that schedule comes in, you definitely, because of that rivalry. I think the LSU rivalry is a great rivalry. And then, but it's not, that's probably our two biggest. And Arkansas goes into that too, but I don't know if that one's, I don't think that was one of our three that they equated to us and what we did. But you're going to play great teams all across the board, but you got to get those rivalries. And I would say right now, probably LSU and Texas, I think, will be definitely for sure. And I think our third team on our gamut, if I'm not mistaken, was Mississippi State. It's another West team. I believe it's the way it was. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But I think the Texas rivalry is important. I think the LSU rivalry is important.
Jimbo is spilling the beans a little bit there, because nobody did publicly say what those conversations were like internally in the league office when they had those meetings. But I've told you, as best I can tell, LSU's three, should they go that direction, would be A&M and the two Mississippi schools. And if you're LSU, I think you would take that. That means you wouldn't play Alabama every year. You wouldn't play Auburn every year. You wouldn't play Florida every year. But you'd get them every other year And just from a competitive balance standpoint, I'm okay playing Ole Miss and Mississippi State every year. And it's still to be determined if Texas A&M can take that step and become part of the upper echelon of college football. So when the SEC moves to that new schedule, and if you go 3-6 and LSU's 3 permanents or A&M and the Mississippi schools, I think that's a win for LSU if it plays out that way, which is not something we've been able to say often with LSU with regards to league scheduling. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans. You know what to do. Find them at gmfsmortgage.com, gmfsmortgage.com. Maybe a cash-out refi is what's best for you. Take some of your home's equity and use that to do that home improvement project that you've been looking to do. Maybe remodel the kitchen or the bathroom, put in a pool, whatever it might be. You got great options at GMFS Mortgage, our state's largest local lender. Find a local loan officer near you. Go to gmfsmortgage.com, hit the loan officer tab there at the top, and they'll get you started. GMFS Mortgage wants to be your lender for life. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Tennessee Volunteers.
All right, Tennessee now knows exactly what it's up against in the NCAA investigation of football recruiting violations under Jeremy Pruitt. Tennessee received its notice of allegations on Friday. 18 Level 1 violations. $60,000 in cash gifts provided to players and families by Pruitt, his wife, numerous coaches, recruiting staff members, and at least one booster. The NCAA did credit Tennessee for self-reporting the violations and its, quote, exemplary cooperation in the investigation. The Level 1 violations are the most serious in the eyes of the NCAA. None of the people named work any longer at Tennessee. The next step is that Tennessee and the people named have 90 days to respond to the NOA. Then the enforcement staff has 60 days to reply to those responses.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, Georgia's just slanging cash everywhere. The spoils of winning a natty. Kirby Smart's agreed to a new 10-year contract that'll pay him a record $112.5 million through 2031. That means Kirby will make $11.25 million annually, tops among coaches. Nick Saban makes $10.6 a year. You might remember Brian Kelly signed a 10-year, $95 million contract. Kirby has led Georgia to a 66-15 record in 6 seasons. They've reached the college football playoff twice, and they've been in 5 straight CFP or New Year's 6 games.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And some sad news out of Columbia. Former South Carolina quarterback Phil Petty, who was really the guy who led Lou Holtz's teams in those early days of the Holtz era, led him to back-to-back Outback Bowl victories. Phil Petty died at the age of 43. We actually got this news while we were on Radio Row Thursday morning. Petty, you might remember, he was the starter back in 1999 as a part-time starter when Lou Holtz came in, and the Gamecocks were 0-11. But in the next 2 seasons, back-to-back Outback Bowl wins over Ohio State. They were 17-7 in those 2 seasons, and Phil Petty was a big part of the sort of resurgence of Carolina football there under Lou Holtz. Petty spent 1 season with the Tennessee Titans before moving into coaching. He actually spent 5 seasons as an assistant at East Carolina under Skip Holtz. Phil Petty dead at the age of 43. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. Online at gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Face-to-face sales service after the sale. That's what you get at Gulf Coast Office Products. By the way, the Phil Petty story, what I was told yesterday from some of the folks that cover South Carolina, the university did not release a cause of death, but apparently he had a very short battle with a severe illness where he was actually on an organ transplant list, so died waiting on an organ transplant. Terribly sad, 43 years old. So if you've never considered organ donation, it's a great reminder to do so. Educate yourself, and if you're not a donor and you want to be, you can go register to be an organ donor, and I would highly recommend it. It saves lives. Okay, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break, come back and wrap up hour number 1. Theriot in studio in 15 minutes. Stay here.
AFR.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up hour number 1. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Smash that like button. As always, you can watch us on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. If you miss anything AFR on demand, is presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. So, not sure if you saw it, but the Browns have signed a quarterback.
Cleveland!
This is a very Cleveland move, by the way.
Cleveland's the anus of America. It's the booty.
The Cleveland Browns are signing Josh Rosen. You might remember Josh Rosen. He was selected 10th overall in the 2018 draft. But after just one season, they got rid of him. Traded him to the Dolphins. The Dolphins got rid of him after one season. And since that time, if you're not familiar, Josh Rosen has spent time with the Buccaneers, the 49ers, and the Falcons. So as he enters 5 years out of college, the Browns will be his 6th NFL team. Of course, Rosen is going to be the 4th quarterback on the Browns roster. That follows Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, and Joshua Dobbs, former Tennessee quarterback. Big question here, obviously, is what happens with Deshaun Watson. If Watson is not able to play this year, then Josh Rosen should have a chance to win a roster spot. Now, if Watson is able to play, then it's unlikely that Rosen sticks there in Cleveland. I just don't know how much he cost the Cleveland Browns to sign. Well, let's ask Hanny how much Josh Rosen cost.
He's free.
Well, then if he was free, that would make a lot of sense. I'm looking at the notes here. Do we know how old Josh Rosen is? It doesn't say. Did Hanny tell us how old Josh Rosen is? I don't think I see it here. No. You know what? I got a better idea. Don't worry about it, Muse. I'm just going to play the entire Island Handy bit. Don't worry about trying to coordinate. Further evidence of why I need a drop button on my side here so we don't have to have this confusion. Let's just play the whole Island Handy thing.
Can I speak?
Charles Hannegriff. Shit. You should. Take it, Hannegriff. Give me all Hannegriff on the screen.
Yeah, now you know how I feel every day,
Island Charlie, speak it away.
Josh Rosen is younger than Joe Burrow. Bring him to camp. He's free. Free. If he sucks, who cares? Cut him. He's free. He was the top 10 pick in the draft 24 months ago. Bring him to camp. My God. Do you realize the stiffs that are going to be brought to camp in the next 3 months? Bring me somebody that 24 months ago they thought was really good. I know. Oh, he's weak. Oh, he's this, he's that. Bring him to camp. Tell him one more time. You suck one more time. You're done. Give him a shot.
He's had shots with two different teams, Charlie.
Go back to the 4-shot.
Okay, you can bring him to camp to be a camp arm, but give me a realistic option that can back up Drew Brees.
Fitzpatrick. What do you think of Fitzpatrick? Top 40 quarterback in the league. He's so outclassed that clown. It's a joke. Have another one. Put your damn hat on. Get a shot of freaking Patron, whatever. But how much do you have to watch this clown cradle when he gets hit, and throw the ball away, and everything else?
He's 22 years old.
Jimmy, how do you do it every day?
Give him a shot.
Jimmy, how do you do it every day?
Tanner Muse just
I might ask me the same question.
Tanner Muse just went told onto the Raiders. The Patriots
the entire time. Wait, go back to it.
Potentially, maybe this is a quarterback. You thought about Rosen Hannegriff?
Free!
If it's free, it's for me. Come on, Henny.
Charlie, would you give him a shot? Charlie,
it's just good today as it was the moment it happened. That was from our 2020 Draft Companion show. When Charles, that was our draft companion show during COVID when Island Annie just emotionally implored us all to love Josh Rosen. Theriot next.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. As a matter of fact, I was over at Aesthetic earlier today. I go every Friday. Maybe hormone replacement therapy is an option for you like it was for me. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's more about how you feel and what your body's makeup is hormonally at that point. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy. And stress is oftentimes an accelerator of the aging process. We ever look at the side-by-side of presidents when they begin their term and when they end it, it looks like they age tremendously. Well, stress does that. It did it for me. We spent nearly a year in the hospital with our son, and I didn't realize what it had done to me physiologically, but hormone replacement therapy was a great option, and it could be for you as well. Go for a simple blood test at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Online at theantiagingclinics.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Saban office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Saban have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
This is Sportscenter.
I'm Doug Brown. New Cleveland quarterback Deshaun Watson reports to training camp today. The team is still waiting on a possible suspension for Watson under the league's personal conduct policy. 4 of the civil lawsuits against Watson for sexual misconduct could go to trial sometime next year. Ravens veterans will report by Tuesday, but quarterback Lamar Jackson is already at the team facility. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler wonders if the Ravens will be able to get a new deal done with Jackson in the wake of the Kyler Murray contract numbers.
From what I've heard, it's like there's a gap in the pay, and it's going to have to be bridged by one of the parties. And right now, it hasn't been. I don't know if there have been enough talks, enough negotiations to even get that far.
Jeremy Fowler on KJ and Max. This is the final year of Jackson's current contract. Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and Andy Murray will play together on Team Europe at the Laver Cup competition in September. That six-man team, captained by Bjorn Borg, will play against a world team captained by John McEnroe.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. You need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Dan One Cigar Bar, Matt. I am sweating. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. You, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Good?
Little tired.
Really?
Yeah, a storm came through last night, woke me up.
Are you exhausted today?
I am exhausted.
I can tell. You look exhausted.
Exhausted today.
Just a long, exhausting week for you. What do you think it's like for me? Chump. I've
You're
actually been working all week and then had a travel day from hell yesterday.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I didn't even get a good night's sleep before I left for that long week because we had the Drew extravaganza the day before I left. Thanks for coming, by the way.
It was good. It was a real good party.
The entire Theriot fam.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, Jonna, and all the kiddos.
Yep.
Houston, Macy, Georgia. They all came out.
All of them.
To celebrate a little Drew.
He had a good party. He just hanging out in the pool.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Told everybody, hey. Just doing his hanging out with Pawpaw in the pool.
He was. Yeah. He likes to swim with Pawpaw in the pool.
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
And then he dropped a hi, Houston.
Hi, Houston. Yep.
Hi, Macy.
Hi, Macy.
He loves Macy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Macy.
Hi, Macy.
Hi, Georgia. Then he told everybody that he was 8.
Yes. Yes.
He said he's 8 years old today.
8 years old. And then he says carnival party.
8 years old.
He did a really good job blowing out his candle, too.
Really?
Yep, he did. Sang happy birthday. He was fired up about it. So it was a great time.
It was good. Shout out. Let me shout out Erica Moscona, queen decoration maker and decorator. My favorite decoration was the snowball. I'm gonna call it a snowball.
Snowball.
She had snowballs. She took the little like mini garbage, not mini, but like mid-sized garbage can, and painted it white and cut off the handles and did all that stuff, and then made the snowball.
You get Paulie.
Got it?
You gotta pull it up there. There it is.
Look how cool
that's out back. Yep. So she took a garbage can, spray painted it white, took a yoga ball, inflated it, or you ab ball, those big ab balls, yoga balls, put that into the trash can, covered it in Epsom salt, and then spray painted it. That's how she got it to look like a snowball.
That picture doesn't do the party justice at all, though.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah.
I mean, I can scroll.
I want to get a couple. Get one for the inside.
There it is. There's your thing. That's like the back. That's outside right there. By the way, the cotton candy that you see, if you're not watching, this is all from Erica's Facebook. She took, she got like a long pole, and then she took T-shirts and wrapped them all up, and then covered and then covered them with cotton balls and spray painted them. That's how she got the cotton candy.
It's good.
By the way, the Tootsie or the suckers there, you see that are taped up top?
I do.
She took a pool noodle and rolled it up, actually, and then put tape around in the pattern, then rolled it up and put like cellophane around it to make it look like a lollipop.
It's fabulous.
I mean, the amount of work that she did was at the popcorn. Yep. We actually had a real life, a popcorn machine as well. I mean, it was something.
That was good.
It was something. Oh, like here's the things that were on the door. She had these carnival theme posters where there were like face cutouts. See my face there and her face there on the carnival cutouts. So, yeah, incredible. There's Drew's face on one of the carnival cutouts there. So yeah, she did big. She did it big.
A lot of good eats there.
Oh, there's a popcorn machine right there. Inside, we had the popcorn machine under a little tent. There, tons of food. Lots of food.
Jambalaya was good. The cookies are always a hit at every one of Drew's birthday parties. One of my favorite things is the cookies.
Well, the cookies, by the way, look, check this thing out. She had these two oversized popcorn bins, and then had balloons that went across, so it looked like a popcorn arch.
Yep.
Look, she's extra. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I know this. I know this well. My wife is super extra. Look, there's the cake. If you want to check this out, there. Look. Oh, by the way, the cookies that you like. Let me see if I can find a picture of the cookies. There they are. Okay, these cookies. Shout out to Miss Bridget, aka Gran Bakes. So like she's like a grandma. So Gran, Gran, Bakes. She does the sugar cookies every year. I don't know if I can zoom. This will let me zoom. Oh, will let me zoom. Check out the cookies.
No, they taste good too.
They taste incredible, and the details she puts on the cookies are kind of incredible. This, I think, she outdid herself this year. So if you're doing a party or anything and you need like decorative, personalized cookies, look up Gran Bakes. She's got an Instagram account, GranBakes. Go look her up. Shout out to Bridget. She does an awesome job. She does the cookies for Drew's party every year,
and they're good.
They're fantastic. So
it was good.
It's been a great time. Great time. And then so basically just didn't sleep much, and then had to leave, and then had this long work.
You left your wife to clean everything up. You just left.
100% did. I mean, I woke up on Sunday, and I had to get to New Orleans for the flight.
Yeah.
And the house looked like a bomb went off in a carnival.
Sure.
I mean, it was just like still bags of trash everywhere. The decorations were all up. Like when I got home yesterday, there's still some decorations that are still out and about in the house.
So what does she do with those decorations? Because a lot of this stuff, I mean, is she recycling this?
Most of it gets pitched, but like
Really?
this year was a little extra, like I said, and I think there's some people that wanted it, and so she kind of handed the gave. I think maybe the school where she works, St. Jude, got some of the decorations as well. Yeah. Did you get a party favor, by the way?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean
The party favor that she does, she takes Hershey bars and then creates a new wrapper. She makes a new wrapper for the Hershey bar it's personalized, like with Drew on it, so everybody gets a personalized Happy Birthday, Drew. Listen, any parent, any mother that would be seeing this right now, would probably feel woefully inadequate. I just want you to know I have nothing to do with it. I don't help at all. I pay for everything, but I don't help at all.
Right.
So, you do you, mama. Do you want to spend all the time doing this? Do it. She does. She says it's therapy. Yep. She loves doing it for Drew. So, whatever.
And it's good.
That is good. How long's your letter? Because it's already 10 after.
I can go quick.
There was a joke to be had there, but I'm just gonna,
I've
been around T-Bob for a week. What do you expect?
I can go quick.
Like every waking minute with T-Bob. That's where my brain is right now.
I can make this as long as you want it.
Okay, this is not getting better. Go ahead.
Dear people who can't wait to post their entire life story on social media for others to see.
After we just got done looking at pictures, like a 40 picture album of myself.
I took care of that.
Okay.
Because I knew what was going to happen. I'm not sure what you expect to accomplish by constantly posting pictures of you, your family, your pets, the dinner you cooked, or the sunset from your back porch, but it's overkill. Nobody really cares to see that you had dinner at the supper club.
I don't know. I think supper club's kind of cool.
And that the food was amazing.
I kind of like to see that.
Good for you.
No?
Glad you had a wonderful time with your significant other and his or her friends, but I really don't give a damn. I'm probably pissing a bunch of y'all off, and I really don't care. Yes, I post things from time to time, and I believe it's perfectly fine to do that. But the living my best life post from the beautiful beach at 30A or the bikini pic that's been filtered so much that it doesn't even look like you is tired. Okay? Nobody has ultra white teeth like that. Like, they don't exist. You can bleach your teeth every day, but that is touched up from your computer. We're not stupid. I get it. You're so unhappy with your life that you have to pretend to be having such a good time every day in order to make yourself feel better, but we all know that's a lie. You're not fooling anyone. The Photoshop pictures that were taken at Grand Isle that you've doctored up to make it look like you were at Turks and Caicos swimming with the sharks. Even better is the sports pictures and videos that I've been seeing lately. World Series time, you know. Again, once in a while, it's great. I don't mind it. I actually like to see how the kids are doing on the playing field, but an entire highlight reel from one night at Traction is a little bit much.
That's great advertising for Traction now.
Funny thing is, y'all's kids never get out or do anything bad on the field. If I was a college recruiter, I'd sign every single one of these kids. My point is, it's too much. People are going to start to tune you out. Me. Lastly, one of my favorites is the thanks to everyone that wished me a happy birthday post. It means so much to me that you all thought of me during my birthday. Newsflash, idiots. They didn't think of you. It popped up in their timeline, and they sent you a message, okay? You might as well say thanks to all those who checked their timeline today. And for those of you who didn't, y'all aren't my real friends. That's the post. Some of us have better ways to spend our time than sending empty messages on social media to people. Sincerely, Ryan. The birthday thing really gets me. It's almost like calling people out for not saying happy birthday.
You haven't seen the person in 8 years, but it popped up on your timeline today. Hey, man, happy birthday.
I mean, it means so much that you remember me on my birthday. They didn't remember you on your birthday.
I would actually say the contrast is like when you do the post that's like, thanks to everybody who sent me a message. It's actually showing that you're too lazy to go individually thank people for
there we go.
Like, look, I'm not going to thank all of you individually because I got to watch Netflix, but hey, thanks, everybody. Y'all are the best. I don't do the social media. Well, I'm not going to say never. I rarely do the social media happy birthday thing. If you're someone in my life who close to, probably you're going to get a call or a text on your birthday. Yeah. Although I do feel really bad. My sister's birthday was Tuesday.
You didn't shout her out on social?
Mm-mm.
You should have.
I feel really bad.
It's okay.
SEC Media Days is just, it's an avalanche. Like, you got to remember to eat. It's great. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway. Shout out Alicia. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Baby sis.
Happy birthday,
Love you.
Alicia.
Okay, we'll do Kick Rocks next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Did you notice the Dippledinas at the party?
They were gorgeous.
Did you notice?
Actually, I didn't notice because all the other stuff. But
Actually, now that I think about that, that actually does check out. Like, there was so much overload. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Segan near Airline, LA16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. You want to go plant some flowers this weekend? You could certainly get them at Clegg's. Remember at Clegg's, they are, oh, look, here's a shot. You can see them right here. They're Rhino, big bad rye guy. Look, there they are. They're thriving back there.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. There you go, Paulie. Look, look, see them back there?
Oh, man, yeah.
Look at them thriving. They're so beautiful there in the flower pots in the back. I tell you, we are loyal Clegg's customers, and you should be as well. Any of the 4 locations, buy local, shop local. Remember, they're partnered with True Value Hardware Store. So anything you'd find at a True Value Hardware Store, you'll also find at Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Saban office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Saban have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Hey, was it still raining when you came inside?
It had stopped. It stopped.
Weather was wild today.
Crazy. Last night, really bad, too.
Yes.
Like 2 a.m, really bad weather.
Yes. Yes, it was. Did you make it through okay?
I made it through okay. No leaks. I don't think. I need to get up in the attic and check it out, though. But
okay.
But yeah, I think my dogs didn't like it very much. No. Macy didn't like it.
Oh.
She doesn't like the thunder. Oh. But I think my roof's okay. I think. I need to get up there and check it out. I'm gonna do that.
Well, do you know someone who could do that?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
Yeah, HUDCO. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you're HUDCO.
I'm HUDCO. Yeah, I gotta get up there and check it out.
You sure you don't want to get Tilly or?
No, I got it. It's my house.
Joe.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll get Joe.
Sam.
Tilly's getting a little old to get up on the roofs, but I'll get we'll get
Scott.
Yeah. Ron.
Hot Rod.
Get Hot Rod up there. Hot Rod Beloso.
You want me to go check it out? I'm HUDCO.
I'd love for you to come.
I'll go check out your roof.
Yeah. No, I'd love for you to do that. I just don't want any further damage to happen, so I'm going to get up there, if there is any, so I'm going to get up there and check it out, do an kind of an inspection, because here's the deal. Next month, August,
yeah,
action. I watched Mike's weather page this morning. The water in the Caribbean is super hot.
Oh.
What that means is we're going to have it's going to be an active hurricane season. So
let's hope not.
I want to get out in front of this thing and make sure I don't have any problems right now. So I'm going to do the inspection now. If there are loose shingles or like some penetrations or maybe something that needs to be siliconed or caulked down, like I'm going to do that now so the storm doesn't cause more damage.
Got it.
Get it?
So like preventative to make sure that if we get a storm, and let's hope we don't, maybe you don't have more damage,
Right.
like water in your home that could then damage walls and property and things.
It literally
Got
takes 20 minutes to get up there, do it, make sure if
And
there are some problems.
anybody can get that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. For free.
For free.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get that?
Yeah, like a pre-storm, pre-hurricane.
What do they have to know you?
No, that's a thing.
Oh.
No, that's it. Yeah, you call HUDCO. You can give us a shout, or you can go to the newly renovated website. You can go check that out.
Be redesigned.
Yeah, redesigned or renovated.
We're not promoting that yet, though.
We're not promoting. Yeah, scratch that from the record. But yeah, I mean, it's just a smart thing to do. Like, why wait?
So that inspection's free, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you would. Truthfully, don't know why you wouldn't do it, unless you just want water to come in your house. Because you never really know if you have damage, to be honest. Because you don't get up on your roof and just walk around to hang out, like most people don't, at least.
So, what if someone wanted to have you come do an inspection, a roof inspection, from HUDCO at their house? Who should they call? What number should they call?
They should call HUDCO's number.
What number is that?
364-1007. Yep, they should call that number, 364-1007. It'll ring my phone,
Do you
too.
think if they call right now, it'll ring your cell phone?
Yeah, and here's the deal. The first 10 inspections that we get today, I'll go do them.
Oh, really?
I'll go do it.
Are you dead serious?
I promise you I will.
Wait, hold on. Give me your phone real quick.
All right.
All right, I'm going to show you that if you call 364-1007, Face ID that?
Bam.
All right, if you
No, it didn't do it.
All right, hang on. I'm just going to cancel. All right, if you call 364-1007, Theriot's phone is going to ring. 225 364-1007 because it forwards to Tilly, to you, to a lot of different, to the office. All that stuff.
Yeah.
364-1007. Let's see if it rings.
I'm going to do the first 10.
And you will do them.
I'll do the first.
Theriot will come and get on your roof and do the roof inspection. God,
I did something
to see this.
I mean,
I would pay. It's free, but I would pay to see this.
Will you come to a few?
No. Well, yeah. Well, I might get on the roof.
Yeah, you don't have to get on the roof.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. All right, 3-6. I'll come with you.
On all 10? You'll do the first 5.
How about 1? Hey, answer it. See who it is.
All right, let me
see who it is. Prove it.
I didn't.
Oh, they got it. Tilly got it.
I don't know.
Someone else got it. Call him back. Okay, if you don't call HUDCO at 364-1007 to get that free, no obligation roofing inspection, you can kick rocks.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Washington Nationals slugger Juan Soto, stud, by the way.
Heard that.
Yeah, I mean, really good player.
Oh.
Young fella, turned down a 15-year, $440 million deal.
Saw that.
For that, Juan Soto can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Okay. The Washington Nationals offered Juan Soto 15 years, $440 million. For that, the Washington Nationals can kick rocks.
Oh.
Kick rocks.
No way he's worth, like, the back end of that deal works. Like, there's no chance. Anyway, the Washington Nationals can also kick rocks because
kick rocks.
Young Soto won the home run derby because he's a really good player.
Yeah.
But the Nationals didn't charter him a flight to go to the All-Star game or come back like everybody else did.
Yeah.
He had to fly commercial because they're pissed because he didn't sign the contract.
Cry me a river.
Yeah.
So what, you go fly first class?
Hey, but you get there. It's not
Direct.
about that. It's about what time you get there. You leave. It's the All-Star. It's the only break they have all year.
LA. He could have said no. He could have said, no, I'm not interested in doing the home run derby.
$1 million if you win that thing.
$450 million if you sign the contract.
That's it. The Arizona Cardinals.
Now this one is way more apropos.
Yeah.
Soto is, I'm good with him. This one is.
The Arizona Cardinals have signed Kyler Murray.
Oh, did you get another call just came in?
Yeah. Let me get it?
Yeah, answer it.
All right.
I want to prove that you were actually going to answer the call.
I didn't get that one.
Oh, you got to answer it.
Want me to call him back?
Yeah.
They've called twice.
I want you to answer it.
Calling him back. Wait. Call. Put on speaker?
Your call? Yeah, of course. If they answer.
Hey, yeah, this is Ryan with Hudco Roofing. I think I had a missed call from you.
Hello?
Yes, this is Ryan with Hudco Roofing. Did I miss a call?
Is this Theriot?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Can I help you? Do you want this inspection?
I was listening to you and Matt.
Yeah. So we need to.
This is proof. It's actually him on the phone.
Is your roof prepared for the hurricanes that are coming? Is the question of the day.
Well, that's why I'm calling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You got a question? Do you come out to Pearl River?
Of course we do. You kidding me?
Okay.
I love Pearl River.
Okay.
All right.
Free inspection, right?
100% it's free.
Totes.
Okay.
All right, we're coming.
We're coming. How about this?
Call him back after the show.
I'm going to call you back after the show and get all your information because I don't want to put it on blast.
That's fine.
Oh.
Just, my number, the 540 number.
Got it.
I'm a veteran.
God bless America.
So I kept my 540 number because I have a son that still lives up in Virginia.
Okay.
So that's why I'm
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your service.
What's his name?
What's your name? What's your first name?
Carol. C-A-R-O-L.
Carol, Tilly just texted. We just did a roof in Pearl River yesterday.
Yeah, we did one in Pearl River yesterday, so we'd love to come see you. Okay,
All right,
Carol, we're
he's
going to
gonna
call you
you
after
later.
the show. Thank you. All right, see ya.
So people know.
I missed another one.
It's actually Terry. No, that's good. That we proved the point.
But I want to call that
You
one.
can call him back after the show. Let's get on because we got business at hand here.
Look at it's blowing up. It won't stop.
It's okay.
But this is customer service.
No, we got business at hand. Okay, we'll get it.
It's not good for this. Is bad.
Tilly can answer the phone.
All right, Kyler Murray signed a 5-year extension. Oh my gosh, it won't stop ringing. This is amazing. Kyler Murray signed
Would you like to step out and take a phone call, and I'll just do the show?
He signed a 5-year. I'm going to call them all back. Signed a 5-year extension worth, let's see here, $230 million with $160 million guaranteed. He's 5'4", 126 pounds.
He's Musso size. You heard it. No.
He can barely qualify to carry the ball in Pop Warner right now, and this guy is getting $230 million that can kick rocks. That's
down the road
that's the dumbest thing in the world because he just said he wasn't going to show up to camp. Who cares? I do want to give a hug.
I have a kick rock.
Okay.
The Bengals.
What they do?
Rock.
Seen their helmet? Look what they did.
I love it. Are their uniforms that color too?
All white.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Like a white tiger.
Love it. I think it's great.
Stupid.
No, it's not stupid. That is sharp.
Stupid.
That's like the Yankees.
Oh.
That's exactly what it is.
Now you can kick rocks.
Hey, I got a hug.
Kick rock.
Minding my own business watching the World Athletics Championship last night. You know what that is?
Nope.
It's track.
Okay.
I like watching track.
Okay.
My guy Noah Lyles set the American record for 200-meter dash last night.
Was that Michael Johnson's record?
Maybe.
Did that still stand?
And Michael Johnson was there commentating, and he broke it.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a sweep for the U.S., 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, boy.
So we got a guy.
We got a guy?
We got a guy. Noah Lyles is a guy. Big personality, good hair. Ripped his top off after he won. Showed his bare chest. He's good shape, too.
Good.
Yeah. That's it.
Hug to Bo Jackson as well. Bo Jackson spent just shy of $200,000 to pay for some of the funerals for the Uvalde victims. So shout out to Bo Jackson. All right, it's after further review. We will grab a quick break. Theriot will step outside
I gotta call these
and
people
take
back.
some phone calls. We'll continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, expanding healthcare in Baton Rouge, brgeneral.org. You know where to find them. The Mid-City location, the Bluebonnet campus, where you'll find the Pennington Cancer Center, the Ascension Neighborhood Hospital as well. Emergency care now in Ascension Parish at the Ascension Neighborhood Hospital, which you can see from I-10. If you're passing the Prairieville exit, you see the back of it with the emergency room right there. And, of course, there are express care locations. That's walk-in urgent care 7 days a week, courtesy of the Baton Rouge General Hospital. brgeneral.org. brgeneral.org. As I mentioned, the Pennington Cancer Center, emergency care, the Heart and Vascular Center. You can have your primary care physician at the Baton Rouge General. They have all different types of surgery options. And, of course, you can even deliver your baby at the Baton Rouge General Hospital. What?
Deliver babies.
You can deliver your baby
Nice.
at the Baton Rouge General. brgeneral.org. Born at the BR General. brgeneral.org.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off new Ford F-150s. We have new 2021 F-150s on our lot now with $10,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys. After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
One of the really cool events that happens every summer in Baton Rouge is going down this weekend. It is the 6th annual Marucci World Series. Our guy Kyle Achord from Marucci, good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here to talk about it. Hey, Kyle, how are you, man?
Hey, is this Hudco Roofing that I can get Ryan Theriot with free roof inspection?
Yep, we'll call you. We'll call you, Coach, and get your address. Actually, I know where you live. We're all good. I'll see.
I want to see Terry. I want to see Terry on my roof inspecting. I need to know if it needs to be repaired by Hudco or not.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kyle, because some people may doubt it, but you never really know who someone is outside of 2 hours on the radio. But Ryan Theriot is actually a licensed contractor.
Yes.
Actually went through the process of becoming a licensed contractor in the state of Louisiana. So. For anyone who would question, my guy put in a ton of work to earn that certification.
I'm old enough to remember seeing Ryan Theriot at a high school baseball camp when he was in about 9th or 10th grade. So I know the amount of hard work he put in to get to the big league.
How good was 13, 14-year-old Ryan Theriot?
A little undersized.
Still is.
But good action and a lot of good awareness, and you could tell he was a hard worker.
Well, it paid off a little bit, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Now he's a roofer.
Yeah, now he's a roofer.
Now he's a licensed contractor.
Now he's a contractor. That's right.
Let's talk a little bit about the Marucci World Series.
Yeah, speaking of hard work.
I know. No
there you go.
Yes. Yeah, what does go into putting this event on, by the way?
Months and months of planning. Our entire company, this is an event we really look forward to, man. It's an opportunity to bring in some of our best and biggest team accounts from across the country. We have groups from as far as California to New York to Florida and kind of everywhere in between. We're pretty much every department in our company, from team sales to marketing to product, operations, accounting, you name it. Everybody's involved. And Visit Baton Rouge helps us as well as the Louisiana Department of Tourism. And there's tremendous amount of work that goes in, but it's something that we look forward to doing because it's an opportunity for us to kind of give back and really show these teams from across the country what the Louisiana hospitality is all about. 100
teams from 18 different states. It's absolutely incredible what this has grown into. And the opening ceremonies are tomorrow, Saturday, a night out at the box. Can you give us a little info on the opening ceremonies?
Yeah, look, we want everybody in the Baton Rouge and surrounding areas to come in. It's the opening ceremonies as well as all the games are free and open to the public. We have the Chase Tyler Band. We're having a little tailgate party. You can't have an event in South Louisiana without tailgating for it. So we have a tailgate party from 4 to 6. We have the Chase Tyler Band that'll be performing. Looking forward to hearing Chase and his guys. We'll have food trucks out there and some other, tailgate games and things going on. And then the actual opening ceremonies begin at 7 o'clock. So from 7 to 8:30, we'll have a home run derby going on. We'll have a fastest man competition. And then we've also added a little coaches fungo challenge. The coaches kind of got their feelings hurt. They were left out of the competition. So we put a coaches fungo challenge in there, and then we finish it off with a fireworks show. That'll be about 8:30. So activities get started at 4, and we'll finish with the fireworks show at 8:30.
So 4 to 6 is the beginning of the tailgate party.
Yes.
Then everybody goes on into the box, and the opening ceremony starts at 7. Is it all free?
Yes, absolutely, all free. And I mean, just having Ronnie Rance as the MC is worth just coming out and seeing the action. But
is he going to sing the national anthem?
Actually, we're playing it.
Oh, good. Okay, then I'll go.
The big guy would want to sing, but we got to save those pipes for bigger and more important activities. So look, some really good players have come through. I mean, Dylan Cruz has been there. Was actually won the home run derby when he played. Hayden Dunhurst, the catcher at LSU, Braden Joubert. I mean, the list goes on. The kid Zach Bean that just played in the Futures game has come through. So we haven't had our first big leaguer that's participated in the Marucci World Series, but we've got several that are in the minor leagues right now. So there's lots of talent that should be fun. If you got a little guy that want to come out and watch some baseball games, they can find all the information at maruccisports.com/MWS, or there's a World Series link at the very bottom of our website.
All right, that's what I was at right now. So maruccisports.com. I'm looking for the World Series link right here.
Just scroll down to the bottom, and it'll have Marucci World Series, or you can just put /MWS, and it'll take you there.
maruccisports.com/MWS, or if you go to the bottom, Paul, if you want to pull up the screen. So look, if you're here at the screen, if you're watching, at the bottom there's an experience tab, and the second one is Marucci World Series, and that'll bring you right to the link there. So that'll get you all the info you need. By the way, what about the games, Kyle? So opening ceremonies are tomorrow, Saturday. What about the games all throughout the week?
Games will start on Sunday. We're using 18 different locations around the greater Baton Rouge area. A lot of the high schools that have really helped out, obviously, we're using Alex Box. But, Matt, what's that high school that we both like? What's the name of it? That one right there. Yeah, we're using that one.
Heard of it.
Bruley Parkview, U-High,
Broadmoor.
Central, Dutchtown. Broadmoor's not in the shape it was in back when Ryan Theriot and Trey Duncan and those guys played. So I don't think we're using it. But Ascension Parish School, Central High School, there's 18 around the Baton Rouge area. So we're excited to show them what we got some good baseball fields and facilities around here, and look forward to getting all these people in from across the country and showing them some hospitality here.
That's fantastic. So tomorrow, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. opening ceremony, or is the tailgate before the opening ceremonies out at the box, which start at 7 o'clock. It's all free. If you're looking for something cool to do with the family, watch a little ball. Great opportunity to do it out there with the Marucci World Series. Kyle Achord, MarucciSports.com/MWS is in Marucci World Series. MarucciSports.com/MWS. We appreciate it, man. Best of luck this weekend all throughout the week, all right?
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely. You've been out there for the Marucci World Series?
Yeah. The opening ceremonies is a lot of fun, like you said, with the fireworks. The home run derby's cool. I like the fastest man thing, too. But if you can get out to some of these games, man, you'll see some familiar faces. Trey McClure, Tana McClure, the whole Marucci gang's there, and they put in a ton of work. I cannot say that enough to bring this event to Baton Rouge.
We're going to do Ask Ryan coming up here in the next segment. So you can go ahead and line up your questions. You can text us in the 225 at 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Email us, tweet us your questions if you want to do that.
Hey, Twitter world.
We'll get to Ask Ryan here in just a quick second. We will also in the next hour talk a little bit about a draft recap. You heard Coach there say that they haven't had a big leaguer come through Marucci World Series yet. This is year 6, but that'll change next year with Dylan Cruz, who he'll get drafted. Do you think well, I want to get all your impressions of how LSU fared, but what about Barry going 6 to Miami? Switch, maybe best college hitter in the draft, switch hitter, thought?
I was a little surprised that he went that high. I think he's a wonderful player and a great hitter, and I think he's going to be a major leaguer. But that's a great slot for him. And so few picks higher than I expected for Barry, and shout out, hats off, man. Good for you.
And then Kay Doty, who I know you've known and worked with since he was a little kid, goes in round 2 to Toronto.
I think it was the same pick I was drafted at.
I think he was 76.
What was I? He was 78.
I thought you were round 3.
Well, it was different. They didn't have all the dumb supplementals and all that then. But I think he went the same.
You talk, I'll look it up.
Yeah, and Cade, the back end of round 2, that's right where we had hoped he would go. I think so it's a good spot for him. It's a good organization for Cade too. I mean, I think that the Blue Jays are up and comers and going to be a force to be reckoned with here moving forward. So, yeah, I mean, both of those guys being picked where they picked, I thought was great and good for LSU.
All right, let's see. The 2001 MLB draft, Ryan Theriot went, well, it doesn't show me the whole draft. It's just showing me the first 2 drafts. You have the number?
78.
78?
78.
Mm-hmm.
Third round, 78.
I'm trying to find the whole dang draft to see the first round here. So 78 was Cade 78 as well? You want the same pick? How about that? So, but he was round 2. You weren't.
Well, but they have all the, this one didn't sign. They get an extra pick.
I'm just jabbing you, man. It ain't no big deal.
So
Calm
I guess
down.
Technically,
now.
I was round 2. Now.
I think just where you go overall. So it's the 78th overall pick. You like that for Cade. What do you think about Paul Gervais?
Yeah, that was weird. A weird follow.
Yeah,
that was weird. He's coming back, and everybody's fired up. We're gonna get a dude back, and the next thing it's like, thanks,
sling him that cash, dog.
Thanks, Tiger Nation.
delete the tweet.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, he's 6'11" or 10 or whatever he is, and throws mid-90s, and he's funky, and so yeah, if you get him back, great, but he's, yeah, I mean.
And raise them in round 5.
I'm mad about that. Yeah, raise them. The weirdest pick in the draft is you got the freak from Tennessee that throws 104 that goes in the 5th round. I was like, I'm sitting there watching this, like, something wrong. Did he do something that I don't know about? Is his arm broken or did he get in a wreck? Like, what happened? We could probably count on one hand the amount of people that could throw 105 miles an hour in the world. He's one of them. And, he doesn't go till the 5th round. That was interesting to me.
We'll wrap up hour number 2 with Ask Ryan next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. You know where to find it, agent225.com, agent225.com. Use that website as a resource, y'all. Agent225.com. If you're searching for a home, there could not be an easier real estate search engine to find what you're looking for by whatever criteria. If you're selling a home, there's a selling tab right there at the top where Darren gives you great advice on how to price your home, to sell your home. Agent225.com. Give Darren a call, 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com. There's a reason Darren James on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1% of realtors in America. There's a reason he moves that much inventory, because nobody is going to work harder to get your home sold faster in this market than Darren James. 335-7666 or agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology?
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Need something to do this weekend? You can always get by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Top shelf premium whiskeys. Great full bar selection, and of course, premium cigars. Great opportunity to get by Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right, wrap up the hour here with a little Ask Ryan. You know the drill. You can ask Theriot anything about anything, so fire away. You can email us, Matt@1045ESPN.com. Tweet us at Matt Moscona. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat on the watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, or you can text us in the 225 at 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Richard Jackson says, ask Ryan, Copenhagen or Skol?
Copenhagen.
Ask Dustin Blanchard, ask Ryan, is the Riot podcast still a thing or not?
Yeah.
Great question.
I mean, we're kind of waiting for football season.
You were waiting for baseball season.
Yeah. Baseball's over.
Yeah. How did we do? We won Best Podcast in the state back-to-back years. The first 2 years they gave a podcast award, we won it.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, I'm done.
When you've been to the top of the mountain, it's hard to...
Or you just stay at the top of the mountain. Because the view is great. There's always people trying to climb that mountain and knock you off. So you know what you do? You stand at the top and you step on their feet. Just kick them back down.
In their face.
Matt Lusto asked Ryan, at what position does Barry project at the next level?
That's the thing. I really don't know. I'd have to say...
DH.
Maybe corner outfield. Not in the infield for me. Corner outfield DH. But DHs get paid a whole lot of money.
Brennan Thibodeau asked Ryan, if all 6 LSU baseball national championship teams were in a tournament against each other, who wins?
Well, 2000. For sure. Not even a question.
A hint of bias in the answer?
Of course.
I will actually, not that they didn't ask me, but do you want to know my opinion?
Yeah.
I'll tell you after the break. Ask Ryan, World Series predictions and winner?
We're going to, you'll like this. I think the Yankees.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, no, I don't. Astros.
Kick rocks.
I think the Astros are going to go, and I think Dodgers are just a boring call. Probably the Dodgers.
Tony Moore, who is better, Clemens or Nolan Ryan?
Nolan Ryan. That's a dumb question.
What is?
That question.
Roy Henry.
The dude threw a no-hitter when he was 47 years old.
Roy Henry, can I get an autographed baseball with a roof inspection?
1,000%. I'll give you an autographed bat.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's how we treat our customers at HUDCO. And people don't realize that.
Honest to goodness, true story. You and I did drive out to see a customer.
Egypt.
It was far. But that was his request. To meet us and to take a picture. And so we did. We drove out. Absolutely. Nathan Allen says, ask Ryan, would you rather be the last out on a perfect game or catch a no-hitter?
Would I rather be the last out on a perfect game or catch a no-hitter? I'd rather catch a no-hitter.
Tim Gotro asked Ryan, better chance of making it to the big leagues. I think they're saying, like, would you rather record the last out? Like, you're catching the fly ball in the outfield, or you're making the throw to first base. That's what they're saying.
No, I'd rather catch the no-hitter. You're definitely getting a Rolex for that.
Tim Gotro asked Ryan, better chance of making it to the big leagues, Razelman or Gervais?
Gervais.
Aiden Amard asked Ryan. Yeah, I'm not asking that one. It was a Juan Uribe question.
Yeah, come on, guys. Grow up a little bit. Let's go. Y'all are better than that.
You're not better than that at all. Stop it. Austin Burnham asked Ryan, am I crazy to think LSU goes 6-6 this year?
I don't think they'll lose 6 games.
I agree with you. Robert Potts asked Ryan, does LSU baseball win the SEC and become a top 8 national seed next season?
Yeah.
Travis Rose asked Ryan, how good is Cressy's 12U team?
They're really good. A really good team. And they'll be better next year at 13.
Josh says, ask Ryan, is pimping easy?
No, it's not.
Samuel Merrifield asked Ryan, how do you feel about the Tigers next season after the MLB draft? Don't answer that, because actually coming up right after SportsCenter, we are going to answer that question in great detail. Sean Velino asked Ryan, your favorite Wrigley memory?
Day games at Wrigley. I wouldn't say there's one particular time, but the 1:20 start on a Tuesday when the place is packed and nobody's at work is always pretty special.
Cliff Nelson asked Ryan, Spanish roof tiles or regular shingles?
And the tiles are awesome. Hard to get right now, but they're really cool if you can get them.
Matt Bienvenu asked Ryan, who was your favorite teammate you ever played with at any level?
He'd get his feelings hurt if I didn't say Mike Fontenot.
Carla Sharp asked Ryan, has anyone ever thought Matt was your father or agent? I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Lucas Babin asked Ryan, should seersucker be a fabric for swimming?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Put a button here on hour number 2. We will knock out. Quick break. Here comes Sportscenter. And then hour number 3, we'll recap the draft. Stay here.
AFR.
Brought to you by South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com. It's South Point Volkswagen. Remember, if it's on the lot, it's online at SouthPointVW.com. You have some children that are about to start driving.
I do.
You might want to make sure that they're in the safest vehicle possible.
Yep.
That's also affordable. Always put them in a Volkswagen. From South Point Volkswagen. Nobody has a better inventory, better selection, or can work harder to get you a better deal than South Point Volkswagen because they are our state's largest Volkswagen dealer. That's South Point Volkswagen. Maybe it's the Jetta or a Passat. Maybe you're looking for the Tiguan, which is the compact SUV. Affordable, safe vehicles that are stylish with great German engineering, style, feel, performance, and luxury without the cost. That's what you get with a Volkswagen. Search the inventory right now at SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at RevelryTeam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
For over 53 years, customers have been heading to Happy Town for the Corval Toyota experience. Why? Because they choose to get an outstanding price and amazing customer service. Want the same and get treated like family? Then Corval Toyota in Opelousas is the dealership for you. Corval vehicles have been cruising around Acadiana for 5 decades. Corval Toyota is here to stay, and we want to keep you rolling. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Happy Town, USA.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Saban office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Saban have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is Sportscenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Deshaun Watson reports to Browns training camp today, but the question is still out there. How much will he be able to play this season? There are still 4 active civil lawsuits against Watson alleging sexual misconduct. He could be suspended by the league. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be in camp by early next week. ESPN's Field Yates knows Tom Brady is still on the team, but a lot of talent has moved on.
It is a slightly reshaped offensive line. Both of their starting guards are no longer there from last season. They are going to start 2 new guards, and that was a strength for them for the past couple of years with Brady under center.
Field Yates on Greeny. The NCAA charges Tennessee football with 18 alleged rules violations for impermissible benefits under former head coach Jeremy Pruitt, who was fired 18 months ago. Athletic Director Danny White says today's news moves the school one step closer to a final resolution. Baseball's Hall of Fame induction ceremony Sunday in Cooperstown, New York. The only inductee this year from the baseball writers will be David Ortiz.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote renter's insurance at progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. That's right.
Handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, Brett?
Hey, Brett.
All right. We got one more hour to go, and glad you're driving home with us here in the 5 o'clock hour on a Friday, back from SEC Football Media Days. Great coverage there all week. We appreciate everybody who watched, who participated, who listened. I get it for some of you, it's a great week, and you love it, and you love to hear about all the other teams in the league and just go deep dive into football. For others, you like our more traditional format like we're here, but we enjoy going, and it's a great way for us to bring you football content all throughout the week while we're there at SEC Football Media Days. So thanks for being here with us on this day. While we were gone, of course, there was the Major League Baseball draft, and we went into this draft thinking that, I don't know if you know differently, but what I was told is that LSU internally was hoping to get 11 or 12 guys from this number one all-time signing class onto campus. And, brother, they're going to do better than that. There were some iffy guys, some 50-50 guys that are going to end up on campus after the way this draft played out. We talked about the LSU players that were taken there at the end of last hour. We know that Crawford obviously went round 1. Yep. He's gone. Some of the other guys that we knew would never show up on campus, Mizorowski, we knew, sorry, I'm looking at my list. Mikey Romero was always going to be a no. Robbie Snelling, the lefty from Reno, was popping up in first-round mock drafts. But, man, they really actually came through it pretty well. Overall thought on the draft and how LSU fared through it?
Yeah, I mean, the ones that you just mentioned, other than Romero, I thought he may have a chance at getting here. But I guess at the Combine, he did really, really well.
To be clear, and I know I shared this, but I have the list. I asked a bunch of scouts, right after the season ended, How do you feel about these guys? And Romero was, on this list was like a hard no. Like it was a hard no.
Yeah.
Like he was never coming to campus. Like that guy had his number and he was going to get it.
Yeah. But like you said, good result for the Tigers. I mean, guys that were drafted late, but I think we expect to get Brady Neal, the catcher, and he's going to be a dude. Really, really good player.
You have a comp for Brady Neal? And by the way, on the list I had, Brady Neal was listed as doubtful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a strong thought that Brady Neal was not going to get here. The fact that he's going to be a Tiger is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you look up at Oxford, Hayden Dunhurst, who's locked down, shut down catcher that can swing the bat a little bit. This kid, I wouldn't say is as polished behind the plate, but a better hitter than Dunhurst. And so, it's a very important position on this team when you lose a guy like Mike Papierski, that can steady the rotation and really catch and throw. You see how it affects. You've had guys kind of in and out the last few years behind the plate. So to have somebody like Brady Neal is important. Jaden Newt, the right-handed pitcher, was drafted late also.
That was another one Newt was one that was a question mark. He's out of California. But to get him, I mean.
No, it's big and hell of a name too.
Newt, N-O-O-T.
Yep. So
you turned me into a Newt.
He's got a good name. And Carter Young, the shortstop from Vandy.
Let's not go through the transfers just yet.
Okay.
Let's
go
through.
This is just a drafted, but
yeah.
He was taken late. But we expect him to come.
Okay. Well, we can talk. Well, then we can talk about it. So Jack Pineda, the transfer from Baylor, the infielder, was drafted. He's going to sign. You mentioned Carter Young, who was drafted late. We'll wait and see what the decision is there. But the fact that he went outside of the top 10 rounds tells you it's a pretty good chance that he's going to end up here.
Yeah.
So you lose Pineda, but you got likely Carter Young coming in. You got Jordan Thompson coming back. And then Gavin Guidry was a big one because I had written down Guidry was a 50-50 and that his number was $2 million. I don't mind putting this out there publicly here. I've done it on some other platforms. I was told, and I fully trust this information, that Gavin Guidry's number was $3.2 million, and he had 5 teams offer him $2 million, and he passed 5 times on $2 million. Like, that's a kid who we talk about it all the time, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's got his number.
You have your number. Are you going to come off it? And if your number's 3.2, I mean, you're 18 years old, you're turning away from $2 million. That's a yo.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's a big time yo.
Yep.
But I think getting Gavin Guidry is impressive. I quite honestly, when I heard that, I was stunned.
Oh, it's very big, and we've seen it happen a few times. Most recently with guys like even K. Doty out of high school. Had his number, didn't get it. But right before that, Daniel Cabrera, same thing, turned down 2.5, whatever. He had his number to come to school, and these are a couple really good players. Yep. So to keep an in-state guy like Gavin Guidry here, a two-way guy, shortstop, right-handed pitcher, can really, really swing the bat. I've heard it from both sides. He is projected to play shortstop at the next level, which you don't get a lot from these high school shortstops. But also, you put him on the mound, and he's very impressive. It's kind of the trend now, right? If you can get the two-way guy that can play a position, swing the bat, and also pitch, is rare and super cool. So what a great story to get the local boy here.
Nate Ackenhausen was a 50-50. He's a lefty out of Oklahoma. He's put on his social media that he'll be here. Let's see. I'm running through. Jared Jones, Bear Jones was another. It was a 50-50. I was told his number was $2 million. Clearly didn't get it. He's here. Brady Neal, we mentioned him, was doubtful. He didn't get his number. He's here. Jaden Newt is here. Chase Shores is the other one. So the note that I had was that Chase Shores, they expected him to show up.
Yeah.
He's the number 1 right-handed pitcher in Texas, out of Midland, the number 24 overall prospect by perfect game. But his ask, I was told, was $3 million. So they didn't think scouts didn't think he was going to get that number. So they expected him to be on campus. So sure enough, getting Chase Shores, that's a big one, right? But that's another guy who had a number and stuck to it.
And another left-handed pitcher, Nick Bronzini, that was not drafted. Similar situation, had his number, and obviously didn't get there.
He was one of the ones they expected to show up. The other one we did mention is Tucker Toman, the infielder from Columbia, South Carolina. That they didn't expect him to show up.
Right, yeah, no. A couple position players, too, that were not drafted, that were kind of on the fence. Paxton Kling, outfielder, can really swing the bat and go get it. And then, catcher, first baseman, this one's interesting. Jared Jones, depending on what happens with Brady Neal, do you just stick him at first? Can he play some outfield positions? This kid can really swing the bat, Jared Jones. So, banner class for LSU baseball. You're bringing back the best player in the country in Dylan Cruz. So it's going to be an exciting year and it's fun to see. I mean, you're going to see, I think, this LSU team go from being kind of an afterthought to, oh my gosh, the Tigers are coming to town.
It's incredible what they were able to do in the draft with the high school and JUCO kids. Then when you look at the transfers as well, you mentioned Jack Pineda's going to sign. We'll see what happens with Carter Young. But you got Thatcher Hurd coming in from UCLA, who, provided he's healthy, and there's no reason to think he isn't. I don't know if you've had any conversations. What I've heard is he seems good. That's your Friday night guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get Christian Little from Vanderbilt. So a guy who was at one point a top prospect. He's got the big arm, big tall kid who's got a lot to prove this year.
Sure.
So that, and then you do lose the transfer from Creighton Dylan to Brock into the draft, which I think we kind of expected that was going to happen. He told us here that he was going to sign if he got his number, and he did. So, but you start with those two guys, and then you're following in whatever order with Ty Floyd,
sure,
Blake Money, Grant Taylor, Sam Dutton. I mean, you got a ton of dudes that pitched a lot of meaningful innings for you a year ago, vying for a spot in the rotation, or maybe to beat out those guys we just talked about. And that's before we even mention the freshmen and the JUCO guys that are transferring in. I mean, it's like Jay did a remarkable job, man. He, and obviously the previous staff was a big part of putting this together. But man, even just adding the lefties, you mentioned Ackenhausen, Bronzini. I mean, Griffin Herring's another lefty.
Oh yeah.
When last year you were just counting so heavily on two guys, and one of them was Hasty, who didn't really factor in at all until late in the season, and we haven't even mentioned, like you're going to get Javen Coleman.
He's coming back and he can pitch.
I don't have an update on Javen Coleman. I don't know how the rehab from the Tommy John is going. I don't know what a realistic expectation is for a guy, 1 year coming off of TJ. But that's a guy that's a really good lefty if you get him healthy and available for you.
I expect big things from Ty Floyd.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's going to have a wonderful year. I had some time to visit with Coach Johnson Wes about that. And look, hats off to Jay too. I mean, season's over. Guy hops on a plane and he is jet setting across the country, getting this roster set up, which you don't see that with a lot of head coaches. Matter of fact, it's extremely rare that the head coach is showing up in the living room. So that's why these kids are here.
Especially, look, I mean, like we didn't even talk about Tommy Tanks yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, which might be offensively the most impactful. I mean, he's the big bat that replaces the guy who was just the sixth pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, but a lot of that is Jay Johnson. He's the one we've talked about. He's the one who went and recruited. As you mentioned, I mean, you could speak to this better than I can. That's not really how college baseball recruiting is done right now.
No.
It's showcases and
yeah. I mean, they go to Atlanta for the World Wood Bat, and it's generally recruiting coordinator, pitching coach, hitting coach, whatever. But to actually show up in the guy's living room. I mean, this staff did that, and it wasn't just Jay. I mean, there were almost all the coaches did that. I mean, they're not hanging out at the baseball field. They've been on the road.
So what a week it was for LSU, the way that the draft played out. I know we were in Hoover, so we didn't really get to talk tremendously about it while we were there, just sort of kind of hit the high points as best we could. But for Jay Johnson, for the LSU Tigers, what a week that it was, building toward next year. But it's after further review. We'll come back. Muse will have Tigers and the pros. So got a ton to get to. We will wrap up the hour with Ask Ryan. I thought we'd have Otter Locks. We will not, as Muse told me, because Jimmy Ott, it's opening day at Del Mar. So we will actually not have Otter Locks today. That will return on Monday. Right now, though, we'll knock out a quick break. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
I got to tell you what happened today.
Okay.
So I'm doing morning scone.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had awful weather this morning, right? So I'm doing Morning Scone, and literally while I am live on Morning Scone, which is a live stream show I do every morning, power at my house went out. Honest to goodness, true story. Power goes out. and I froze. And my live stream is still rolling because I'm on data. And I freeze. I'm like, let's see. And sure enough, within about 30 seconds, my whole home generator from Shoots Electric powers on. The lights come on. I'm like, oh my, it could not have been more perfect. The first time our power went out since we've had the whole home generator from Shoots, I was on a live stream and everybody got to see it happen real time. It was incredible. Go look at my YouTube channel, my Facebook page. You can see it anyway. Shoots Electric. Whole home generators don't get stuck in the dark this storm season or ever again. Shoots Electric can help. Look them up online. CESofLA.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off new Ford F-150s. We have new 2021 F-150s on our lot now with $10,000 off MSRP. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy.
She like to twerk and that's for certain, cause I can see how she fine. She got me hype, I wanna bite it right now, yeah, yeah. Say, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Look at all the shell, make that thing clear. Those in the club, spinning those when it's fat. Thinking real fine, standing 5'9", high heels on, right on time. Oh man, look at Shawty, she making that thing jiggle. I like the way it wobbly, wobbly when it wiggle. Anybody down for my nursery rhyme riddle. Some of these people be for the creaming in the middle.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Rolling along here, Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The media projected order of finish for the SEC and the preseason All-SEC teams were announced today. We did run through it in hour one. I'll reset that, get Ryan's thoughts here in just a minute. Right now, though, Muso has Tigers in the Pro.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
Astros and Yankees played a doubleheader yesterday at Minute Maid Park. Banner day for Alex Bregman in the two games combined. 4 for 8 with a homer, his 12th of the season. 3 RBI and 2 runs scored. Not to be outdone.
Stunned that you would start with this, Muse. All the choices you have.
It's going to backfire
Can't
on you.
imagine why you'd start with this, Muse.
Well, because Bregman had a great day for 2 games. And then not to be outdone, DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees. Okay, no. Also hit 500 over a doubleheader, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, his 9th home run of the season, an RBI, and also drew 2 walks.
What?
2 Tiger infielders,
who won that series?
man. 2 former Tiger infielders.
Who won the day right there?
Oh, the Astros swept it, yeah.
Breggy's heating up.
He's doing well.
Breggy's heating up. About 245 now. Heating up.
He is at 245 with the dot.
Salsa in here.
Yeah. Why aren't they sponsor? Why aren't they a sponsor?
I don't need him to sponsor. I just want to help him sell his salsa.
I like him, but not that much. He can
Retailers,
sponsor.
okay.
Yeah. No, he can sponsor.
Get in. I want to get it in Rouse's.
I think they're there. I think.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be at Rouse's tomorrow.
They're close to there. They're there.
Rouse's in Denham.
Yeah.
I'll find out tomorrow when I'm there.
So?
You need to get Breggy Bomb.
They have barbecue sauce too.
They got more stuff.
And some rubs.
They have more stuff.
They do. Big tailgate coming for football.
Alex Lane yesterday.
Breaking news.
13th hold of the season in the Tigers' Game 1 victory over the A's.
He's nasty right now.
Inning pitched, 2 hits, run, walk, 2 Ks, 22 pitches, 13 strikes.
That was not great.
Solid outing.
Well, no, give up a run.
He is basically.
Yeah, guy's 13th hold though.
Dude,
Yeah, but
he's
pounded the zone.
He's become like the pitching ninja guy. Like,
you follow him pretty good, Muse. He's throwing gas right now.
He's throwing like 99
with action.
A lot of action
like
across the entire plate. Action.
Yeah,
it's like he's throwing a frisbee.
He's a real guy.
And 2.4 ERA. It's solid.
dude, check this one out.
Langer's about to get broke off.
Bro, check out
Good
this
for
one
him.
at
Deserves
97. Check out this one at 97. Paulie, pull this up.
You got to pay the guy.
Watch this. Walk me through this.
Bruh.
Tailing away, then comes back over the plate at 97.
I mean, that's what Maddox wasn't throwing that hard.
Yeah,
but that's what
it looked like.
That's what
not
it
at 97.
No, not
and
90.
a dot, just dot on the corner. Paint.
You can't hit it. Look at him.
Kevin Gausman's going to get the start tonight at Fenway Park for the Toronto Blue Jays. Gauss 6-7 on the year, but a 2.87 ERA. He has walked just 18 in 94 innings, struck out 106.
Is that good? I don't know.
Good. Sounds good.
Plays.
So I paid him 9 figures.
Show hair.
Speaking of getting broke off, yeah.
Good salad.
That's Tigers in the pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. They're online at Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Beautiful diamond.
Yeah.
And you always get the Lee Michaels experience. They're the best.
They really are.
Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com.
Do they sell grills over there?
Oh, grills.
Yeah. We need to find that out.
Yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
But I'm going to assume no, but maybe they could do something custom.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. Give me a grill.
Okay. So the media goes, at media days every year. Part of the proceedings there, you get a ballot to vote for the preseason All-SEC team and the SEC champion.
The media gets to do that.
Yep.
Okay. Not the coaches or the players. The media does that.
The coaches do have a poll as well that's released later, but there's a media poll also. So, of the media present, there were 158. No, I'm sorry. Bama got 158 votes to win the league. Georgia got 18 first-place votes. South Carolina got 3. A&M got 1. And some jackleg voted for Vanderbilt to win the conference.
Well, at what point are we going to learn our lesson?
What do you mean?
For letting these guys vote for things that are meaningful and important, like the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, is the preseason order of finish actually meaningful?
Yes, it's mean. Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is. But who
clearly
votes
not?
for...
Somebody voted for Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Somebody didn't vote for Mariano Rivera, or Jeter, or Griffey, or somebody. One of them. Who was it? Griffey didn't get 100%.
Right. Mariano was.
Mo got 100%.
Mariano was the first ever unanimous Hall of Famer.
Who didn't vote for Ken Griffey Jr.? Who voted for Vanderbilt? The same guy.
So, only 9 times since 1992 has the media correctly predicted the SEC champion.
Exactly.
Alabama's making it a little bit easier, though. Although Georgia, we forget that Bama, although Georgia won the national title, Bama won the SEC last year. Bama beat Georgia to win the SEC. All right, here, you want to hear how the media projected the East?
I'd love to.
All right, they runaway Georgia, winner of the East. You agree?
Yep, I do.
Kentucky second.
I don't agree.
Why?
I just don't.
They won 10 games a year ago?
I don't agree, Fluke.
Will Levis is back, projected first-round pick at quarterback.
Fluke.
Okay. Tennessee, third.
I think Tennessee's second, but okay.
You know they don't play defense.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's going to be second.
Okay. Followed by Florida, and their new coach, Billy Napier. South Carolina, Missouri, and Vanderbilt.
That league sucks. I mean, they're horrible.
They do stuck. That league stucks.
That league sucks.
They stuck. Then in the West, Alabama. Who would you pick second behind Bama?
We got to do something about that league, about that division.
The East?
That's horrible.
Well, they're going to get rid of it. I mean, whenever Texas and Oklahoma come in, they're going to get rid of divisions, and it's just going to be a 3-6 model. There won't be divisions anymore.
Good.
So, Bama. Who would you pick second in the West after Bama?
I'd pick A&M.
That's what the media did. I would not have, by the way. Actually, I think
Ole Miss?
I probably would have picked A&M.
Yeah, you would.
I really waffled a lot on if I would have gone A&M or Ole Miss, and the reason with Ole Miss is their schedule. Have you looked at it?
It's pretty backloaded, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They're going to go 6-0 though. Maybe 7-0 to start off.
I'll read it to you. This is Ole Miss's schedule to start the season. And this was one of my biggest takeaways from media days. They open up with Troy, then play Central Arkansas. They're at Georgia Tech, who's not good. Then they play Tulsa at home. So they're 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they get Kentucky at home. It's a tough game, and I think Kentucky's going to be really good.
Why do you like Kentucky?
Did you watch Kentucky last year against LSU?
No, not really. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Kentucky dump trucked LSU last year. Like, Mark Stoops has actually
built... Is Kentucky good? They're good?
Mark Stoops has built a program where they they bring in guys, redshirt them, develop them, and then they have veteran players on both lines of scrimmage. And then sometimes you hit on guys that just develop late and become really good players, like Chris Rodriguez, their running back led the SEC in rushing last year. And Will Levis, their quarterback, who's a Penn State transfer, is a projected first-round draft pick. So they've got guys. And as you just mentioned, the East isn't very good. Like, if they had to play Bama and Georgia and, like, just a totally loaded schedule, but, I mean, this is I just ran, like, if you look at Ole Miss, they play Kentucky, and then they're at Vanderbilt, home against Auburn, who I don't even know if Brian Harson's going to make it to the Ole Miss game. Then Ole Miss, then this is where for Ole Miss it gets hairy.
So that's 7, right?
Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7. Auburn is 8. Their 8th game. Like, they could be 8-0 or 7-1.
8-0.
Or 7-1, depending on the Kentucky game. Right?
Wow.
And so then they go LSU. They go at LSU, at A&M. Open date. Bama at home. At Arkansas, and then the Egg Bowl at home. I mean, I just trust Lane Kiffin is going to find a way to score points always. And against that schedule, like it really wouldn't surprise me if Ole Miss ends up second in the league. Now, let me be clear. I think second place in the West will be 5-3. I don't think that you're going to have a second place team in the West that's sitting there at 7-1 or 6-2. I think second place in the league is going to be 5-3. And then you're going to have a bunch of 4-4 teams where it's tiebreakers. I just don't think you're going to have a very clear-cut second team like Bama 8-0 in the league and then someone else is 7-1. I just don't think it's going to go that way. So anyway, they have Bama, A&M, Arkansas third, which I disagree with, although they might be the third best team. Arkansas' schedule is brutal. It's literally on strength of schedule the toughest schedule in America. That's why Arkansas is projected in some places at like 7.5 over/under. It's just I think it's going to be tough for them because of their schedule. Ole Miss, LSU 5th, then Mississippi State and Auburn. What do you think about LSU being 5th in the West?
I hate it.
Because you're a homer?
Yeah. I do. But that's probably right. I mean, maybe 4.
I mean, I'll tell you this.
I think maybe 4, but
it would not surprise me at all. Like, I've said this all off season, so I'm going to be consistent here, that I feel LSU's ceiling this year is 9-3. Their ceiling is 9-3. It would not surprise me at all if LSU beats Florida State, wins their non-conference games, and goes 5-3 in the conference. You lose to Bama, and then maybe you lose a couple of those tough road games, but you hold serve at home other than Bama. You beat the Mississippi schools, you beat Tennessee, but you lose to Bama and then like maybe at Florida and at Arkansas or at A&M, something like that. And you go 5-3 in the league. I mean, and you're second in the like. I think that's what second in the West is going to look like. I think Bama's going to win the league and they're going to go unbeaten or have one loss because they hit a tripwire somewhere. And then the second place team in the West is going to be 5-3, and I think it could be LSU or the Tigers are there at 4-4. I think that's where they finish, 5-3 or 4-4 in the league, and I think that's going to be good enough to be second or third in the West.
So you think they take care of the Mississippi schools?
I do. I think they win. I think they hold serve at home against the Mississippi schools and Tennessee, and I think they lose to Bama, and I worry about the road games because I know Auburn has issues, and I know Florida's got a new coach, but those are tough places to play. You lost to Arkansas in overtime last year, and you got to go to A&M as well, and who knows what they're going to be playing for at that point. You know, you nipped them last year at home late, and they're going to be super motivated for it. So I just think with the 4 road conference games, if you split them and lose at home to Bama, it's a good season. It's a good year one for Brian Kelly.
Man, look, if that happens in a year one, I am fired up.
But I also still think that's the ceiling for LSU this year. I think that's a best case.
What's likely?
You drop one of the home games I mentioned, Tennessee or one of the Mississippi schools. And you go 4-4 in the conference.
See, I'm happy with 4-4 in the conference, winning all your non-conference
You
games.
say that now, and people always say that because you have the opportunity to look at it with perspective and calm emotion. But in the moment, I've done enough post-game shows now. In the moment, you go lose to A&M, you go lose at Arkansas, you lose at Auburn, you lose a home to Tennessee, people can be pissed. It's just the way it goes with this fan base. And should be, by the way. That's called expectation. And that's why Brian Kelly's being paid what he is, but there's going to be expectation to deliver. And you don't really get a honeymoon period because you've had back-to-back 500 seasons. You need to see progress immediately.
Where's the A&M game?
In College Station.
Oh, crap.
You want to bet on all those futures, you can do it at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge right now. You get up to $1,000 risk-free. What you think about that?
I think that's awesome.
Up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But you got to use the promo code Baton Rouge. One word, smushed together, Baton Rouge. That's how they know we sent you, and that's also how you unlock that great promo right now at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Second half of the Major League Baseball season's underway. Want to bet on all the Major League Baseball action? Where do you do it?
DraftKings.
DraftKings Sportsbook app. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge, where right now you can get up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. Learn more at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it today and be sure to use the promo code Baton Rouge. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-7-STOP. All right, we're going to knock out a quick break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for a little Uncle Rhino story time.
Oh. Okay.
I need you to tell me a story.
All right. I don't even know what I'm telling a story about.
No, you don't, but you will in short order, and that's coming up next on AFR.
AFR.
Guess what?
What?
It is anniversary celebration time right now at Pluckers. So tomorrow, Saturday, on anniversary day at Pluckers, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
$1 wings and $2 Bud Light pints.
Oh, shut up.
All day tomorrow.
They're going to lose all kind of money.
It doesn't matter.
I'm going.
Our buddy, Stevie Levy, the king of the wing,
yeah, he's
celebrate.
Yeah, what does he care?
Celebrating the Pluckers anniversary and doing it the right way. $1 wings and $2 Bud Light pints all day tomorrow, Saturday. So get there early, stay there late, watch all your Major League Baseball action or any other sporting event that you want to, and do it at Pluckers and celebrate the Pluckers anniversary weekend with $1 wings and $2 Bud Light pints all day. That's Saturday at Pluckers. Nicholson, Bluebonnet, Dining, Carry Out. Pluckers, you don't like our wings? We'll give you the bird.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
Do the Jubilee, oh, we made that it. Bounce with the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the Jubilee, oh, we made that it. Shake, baby, shake, 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 baby, shake, shake.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hey, what's going on over at Bowie Outfitters?
July 24th, Sunday, is the last day to shop the archery season sale, which is a monster sale over at Bowie Outfitters. Archery season is right around the corner. They specialize in bows over there at Bowie. They have the bow range. They have guys in the back that can tune you up and get you right. Get by Bowie Outfitters. Swing by the store, get a Get a crossbow, get the regular bow, the compound bow, whatever it may be. Go check them out at Bowie Outfitters, BowieOutfitters.com. Yeah, that's it.
We're going to wrap up the show with a little Ask Ryan, so get your questions in to wrap up. The Los Angeles Rams were awarded their Super Bowl rings, or received their Super Bowl rings on Thursday night, unveiled at a team party the day before the coaching staff reports for the beginning of camp in Irvine, California. The rings are said to be the heaviest weighted rings, championship rings, ever. They have a removable top of the ring, which is a view of SoFi Stadium, surrounded by a piece of the game ball from the Super Bowl. The field underneath the roof is made up of the remnants of the SoFi Stadium turf from the 2020 and 2021 season. So inside of the ring, they got turf and a ball, piece of a ball. Crazy. Anyway, Andrew Whitworth got his, which was really cool to see. They are diamond-studded. Most of these rings have some type of history and symbolism involved in them. You have been at every level very successful, winning a College World Series. You won 2 World Series titles. You won a high school national championship.
Yeah,
you won another league in the minor league, Midland, didn't you tell me?
Yeah, it's high school, summer.
What was the minor league ring?
We won pretty much every year in the minor leagues, truthfully.
You got a lot. So I know you've gotten some rings. What can you tell us about, did you go to any of the ring ceremonies, either St. Louis or San Francisco?
I went to 2.
Okay.
I went to Midland, my high school summer team. It wasn't your normal summer league. They actually flew us, myself and my family, up the winter after and had a big celebration and a ring ceremony for a summer team.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was pretty generous, to say the least.
Yeah.
So that was neat. And they handed out the rings and did all that stuff. That was cool. And then at LSU, after we won in Omaha the following year, we had our ring celebration type deal at LSU. So I remember those 2. The minor league thing was, never very official. And then in the major leagues, after the 2011 season, I signed a free agent deal with San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't there for the ring presentation on the field. They mailed me my ring.
They just mailed it.
Yeah. So I got that one in the mail. And then
what do you remember about opening up the Giants, or that was the Cardinals ring? Yeah.
It comes in an awesome wooden box, commemorative box with the glass and world champions and all that stuff, like a display case. And so it's really, really cool. They give you the option to buy pendants for your wife or replica rings. So, of course, I bought all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just so everybody, So
Jonna has a pendant?
She's got, so it's the face of the ring,
but
it's on a pendant for a necklace, which is pretty neat. And then I do have a couple of replica rings from the Cardinals. I got one for Houston. He was a little bitty dude.
Oh, cool.
At the time. And then same thing in San Fran. So, I'd retired. So I wasn't there for that deal either.
Did they invite you to come back for it?
Probably.
Oh, you just didn't bother?
Yeah, I was doing that.
Do you have any FOMO, any regret?
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't want to be there just to wave to the crowd and get your ring with your teammates and all that sort of stuff?
No, I'd love to see the guys, and it'd be cool. But no, I don't really No, I don't regret not going. I must have had a good reason. I was hunting or something. But
it's so interesting because you and I, as good of friends as we are, we really don't ever talk about your career, right? When do we ever talk about your maybe here?
Yeah, we don't.
This really might be the only time you and I ever talk about you playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find it so interesting though, because you are kind of cut a little different because most dudes want to go to this stuff. They want to put on the football guys. They want to put on their suit. Look, Whitworth's retired, but Whitworth went to this thing last night. They want to put on their suit and get their ring with their teammates and kind of go through the whole ceremony. Do you feel like you're in the minority in that respect?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just never really about me. We're going through the 20-year reunion stuff for LSU. Last year, I think it was last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, that thing got banged because of COVID. I was going to go to that, so I was going to do that. We had a 10-year for St. Louis. And then this year.
Did you go?
No.
Yeah, that would be. So this is 10 years in San Francisco.
And this is 10 years in San Fran.
Are they doing anything?
I don't think they're doing anything for San Fran this year. Or maybe they're just pissed at me and didn't invite me. I don't know if that's the case.
Quite possible.
But no, I mean, look, I'm sure I'll get there at some point and want to go. But I just, and it's not like I dislike anybody or I'm mad at them or anything like that. That's not it. I just, doing other stuff. I have to do the show. Who else is going to sit in this chair?
That's what if it's on a Friday?
Yeah. I mean, who's going to go inspect the roofs if I'm going off doing that?
Great point. I really don't know.
I don't know. Joe Burrow went on the web, by the way.
Yeah, that's so odd.
Yeah.
I don't know that we want to put that out there, but isn't that odd that someone went to HUDCO and applied for a roof inspection, asked us, you submitted for a roof inspection.
Yeah, you can do it online.
And their name is Joe Burrow. I think they probably just didn't want to put their real name on there, which is fine, unless there's someone else named Joe Burrow.
Maybe. I'm going to call him, ask for Joe.
Ask for Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. All right. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're with us. Love telling you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138 for Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank or vinyl siding. You know the drill where you can find them. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com, and where you can physically find them, which is at the Relief Windows showroom, which is now open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, on Airline in Prairieville. You go south on Airline Highway, you cross Highway 42, look to the right, you can't miss it. It's Relief Windows. Remember, they will always do phenomenal work, and they will never charge you $1 until you're thrilled with the work that they have done. That's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138 for Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, been a good show. You missed anything? We opened up the show. I gave you my thoughts on LSU being picked 5th in the West. We talked in the second segment about Michael Thomas starting the training camp on PUP, the physically unable to perform list. You can always catch that on demand. AFR on demand, presented by Brett Golf. However you get your podcast, just search After Further Review, or you can always go back and watch on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel for everything you missed here on AFR or any of our shows. We appreciate you for being there with us. All right, one thing left to do to wrap up a busy week is Ask Ryan. You want to ask Theriot anything about anything, here's your shot. Fire away, get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, jump in the Bayou Forward YouTube chat, or text me in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan is next.
AFR.
Okay, y'all, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to noon at the Rouse's in Denham. It's going down. If you're a whiskey lover, check this out. Rouse's is offering a complimentary tasting, while it lasts, of some really, really, really rare whiskeys. They're going to have Van Winkle Lot B. That's the 12-year Van Winkle. They're going to have Weller 12. They're going to have Michter's 10. They're going to have the Old Forester 150th edition. I mean, some serious, they're going to have Stag Jr., like some serious heavy hitter bottles that they're going to allow people just to sample for free. It's incredible. So coming out to the Rouse's in Denham, 10 to noon, Michelle Southern from Eagle 98.1 will be there. Again, it's only while the bottles last. So come try some samples. I'm going to try to pop over there at some point as well, so it should be a lot of fun. Hope to see y'all at Rouse's in Denham tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon. Learn more at rouses.com. That's rouses.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar there in Town Center. As a matter of fact, after Drew's party, my stash got cleaned out.
They got you?
Oh, yeah.
Who got you?
Well, I was just, everybody was there. Anybody want a cigar? So I'm empty. I need to go restock. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan to wrap up the show here. Email me, tweet me, jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, or text me, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. TK, Ask Ryan. What's bigger, Keelan Williams' calves or Jerry Sullivan's appetite at the Piccadilly?
I've never seen Keelan Williams' calves. They big?
Oh, that was the whole thing when he was here.
Just big old calves?
Oh, yeah. Brady Bolin asked Ryan, Busch Light or Bud Light?
Bud.
Let's see. Holger Heap asked Ryan, what's the best bass fishing bait?
I like the Yamamoto worm. I'm a plastics on the bottom guy most of the time. Worms, lizards, whatever. I do like throwing spinnerbait every once in a while, though.
John Schuett said, hey, I went to Shawbills in Gonzales for the first time. They were awesome. Spoke highly of your dad. I guess my dad. I couldn't stop hearing Theriot.
Screaming?
Screaming what?
Shawbills!
Yes.
Dude, I got to go to Shawbills. I need to get my tires rotated.
Yeah.
And I get my oil changed.
Yeah.
So
I need to get my oil changed.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. I forgot when we were in Atlanta.
No, I was supposed to go today and do that, and we had a little mishap.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to go, but I'm going to go tomorrow, change the oil, rotate the tires.
ShawbillsTire.com. ShawbillsTire.com. Shawbills. We keep you rolling. Craig Duke guy asked Ryan, what are your thoughts on Vince McMahon retiring from wrestling?
Yeah, I saw that. It really sucks.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
What does that mean?
It's the end of an era.
Well, he's not going to be involved in WWE anymore? He's the CEO of it.
He's retiring.
Was he passing it on to Triple H?
I don't know.
And Stephanie?
But it stinks.
And Shane O'Mac? Danny Braywick, ask Ryan, is Macy jealous that she's not named after a place like Houston and Georgia?
She's named after a place. Great department store.
Did you name your kids after where they were conceived? Meroduk Baraki asked Ryan, I know it's early, but do you think incoming freshman Shores will be in the starting rotation next year?
I have no idea. I haven't seen him pitch.
Matt French said, I have to work tomorrow morning. Really wanted to test at Rouse's in Denham. Good luck.
You can taste test still.
Just got to go work.
So?
What do you mean?
Take some time off.
Oh, you know we didn't answer?
Nope.
Best LSU national championship team. I would go with 2000. Hawk, Theriot, Fontenot, Jorgensen, Talbot, Human, Hodges, Scobie, all big leaguers. That doesn't even count Pressey, Harris, Barbier, and the late Wally Pontiff. That was the most talented. And 09, by the way, close second on talent, on big league talent. But I'd go with your guys.
Thanks, bro.
See you Monday.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020. A Williamson Eye Center patient would be Warren Morris from the 1996 National Championship team, Patrick Coogan from the 1997 Championship team. I think we're just, with that argument sometimes, we're just kind of a little biased toward those great skip teams. The 97 team, bashed the baseball all over, but realistically, you're talking about big leaguers from the 97 team. Larson? Does it stop there?
He hit 40.
No, he did. I'm just telling you, if you're looking for the most talented team, 2000 and 09 really are the most big leaguers. You go back to talk about some of those pitchers from 91, Paul Bird, Chad OJ, Rick Green. Anyway, they'd all be customers or patients at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEYE.com. Go for that free consultation. Eye care, eyewear, eye surgery. It's the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. Don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located